Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it.
Good night, whoever listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Good evening, Jamaica. Good evening, our brothers and sisters living across the Caribbean, North America, and the wider Jamaica and the wider diaspora. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. I want to say good evening to those in the Cayman Islands who's watching us. Good evening to all my families and friends over there in the Cayman Islands. Good evening to you. Tonight we bring you a soaring picture of the life of the Hurricane Melissa as a humanitarian crisis loomed across Western Jamaica, from St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland, from Hanover to St. James. What is the government doing about it? A looming crisis, a looming humanitarian crisis is unfolding before our eyes in our country, Jamaica. And many of us may not take this seriously. But it's a looming crisis that I am getting calls from all over the globe pertaining to this. A human crisis looming in this country. Is it that the Prime Minister is playing politics with the Jamaican people's life? Is it that the Prime Minister refused to take this thing seriously? Many of us are asking the question tonight. Many Jamaicans who are friends of Jamaica is asking the question tonight of the Prime Minister of this country. Many of them are asking the question, is the government of Jamaica taking this Hurricane Melissa aftermath seriously? Many of us in Jamaica and outside of Jamaica can see that this country is looming of a humanitarian crisis awaiting to happen in Western Jamaica. And many may ask the question tonight, as we come on air, we're going to have Wilfred Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, and we may have a call from the Cayman Islands. Who knows, maybe we do. But my question tonight, what is the Jamaican people tonight? Many of them are out in the element of the moon and the star. Darkness overwhelmed them. You will believe, one will think that the Prime Minister would have the JDF helicopter somewhere in Western Westmoreland, Eastern and Western Westmoreland, that they would have the helicopter drop some generators, those big industrial generators to light the place up, to make sure there's light. Many Jamaicans in Western Jamaica has no light. They have no electricity. Women are left out to the element of rapists and notorious criminals. People are dying. The bodies of people floating in the water across Western Westmoreland or Westmoreland. In St. Elizabeth, the same thing. Yet you hear this afternoon, when the question was posed to the Minister of Information, and also Desmond McKenzie and Daryl Vaz. The Minister of Information is Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, who's also the Minister of Education. And when the question was posed to her or to them, why are they taking so long? Dana Morris-Dixon went back to the rebels on the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. She went back down to Westmoreland, into Hanover, into St. James, into Trelawney, into St. Anne's, back to Moran Point in the east, went back down to Negril Point. And all know she had answered the question that was posed to her by journalist Diane Jackson Miller. My question tonight, my fellow Jamaicans, are we going to stand by and allow our government to play politics with our family members' life? Or are we going to put away politics and speak out for the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people? Are we that partisan in this country that we can't put away politics and put our life first? Because if we have a government that don't put the people of this country first, then our corner is going to be dark in this country. And I ask Prime Minister Holness tonight, as the Jamaican people face a fundamental problem, you said that you love the poor people of this country, Prime Minister Holness. You must really, truly show us that you love us. Give me a minute here. I gotta take a quick break. I have something that I need to take care of with that affect the broadcast system here. Don't move. Don't go anywhere.
Mek Wi Talk! Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, Mek Wi Talk! And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, Mek Wi Talk! Mek Wi Talk. Unity is strength, make we reason, Mek Wi Talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Mek Wi Talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, Mek Wi Talk. And we don't care about no vum.
Apologize for that. How does it take that call? It hurts many Jamaicans who are living outside of Jamaica. Many Jamaicans who friends of Jamaica. Good night, Mek Wi Talk here live.
Jeffrey,
Yes, sir.
how you do?
I'm here looking and living in the market.
To God be the glory. All what happened, God still good.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you, when these people come in to tell us because of the road, they can't reach place to give relief, that is rubbish. They need to come with better argument than that. We have a lot of helicopter now. The helicopter can reach anywhere. Food can be distributed from the air. It no mean them I got the height of where American airliner fly. I know they say I got drop the food from. The helicopter can come as low as you can think if it can't go up on the ground. The soldiers can come down because they know how to do that. They can come down and the food can distribute from the air and the soldier can monitor things. Soldiers are police and other people. They can come and monitor the thing. The food can reach anywhere. It's nonsense. Don't talk about because of the road you can't reach any community. It's garbage. Come with a better argument than that. But the problem is they don't want anybody. They just pick out a few of them GLP surrogates to come do certain things. Because you realize Dana Maris, go ahead.
But Marshy, you know, it's a disgrace, you know. I got a call this afternoon, and I won't call any name. A well-known doctor, known in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean, indeed the world. And he said to me, Jeffrey, people are sending him pictures of dead bodies in St. Elizabeth in Westmoreland.
Look at that.
And the doctor is very upset because he loved Jamaica. He's a part of Jamaica. And what he sees going on in Jamaica now, I am saying this, is a lack of leadership. A lack of leadership. And the fundamental question we must ask ourselves this afternoon or tonight is the Prime Minister of Jamaica, along with the Cabinet of Jamaica, are they playing politics with the Jamaican people?
Listen to me. I heard the PNP said something. As if the JLP, the government in general, want any aid coming from abroad. Every aid, they want to stop it. Every aid has to come through one channel. And they want to stop that. People want to send and they fear to send things to the government because they know it go with the government. You remember the situation with the manure?
Yes.
I think it's Holland. You remember how that distribute to friend and it end up in farm store selling?
Right. Don't switch the conversation, don't mash it. Let's stick to this.
No, and I switch it. But what I'm saying now, the aid can reach. The aid can reach anywhere because, as we say, how much helicopter did the US send down now? I think it's about 7.
Roughly.
And they say more is to come.
Roughly 10.
Right. So food can reach, not care how the person maroon, not care where they are, the food can reach them. So don't tell us about road that you can't reach. That is cock and bull story. They need to come better than that. They need to, but guess what? They only want one set of mind because Dan Jackson Miller asked a question this evening, and Dana Maris admit that the JLP, the PNP been left out of the planning. She said she admitted because Dan Jackson Miller asked if the PNP left out, and Dana Maris respond, they are going to be involved. They are going to be, that is future tense. Am I right or am I right? They are going to be, that means they are not.
But you know something, you know something, Marshy? One would have think that a natural disaster like this, that the Prime Minister of the country would have called the opposition leader and said to him, Mr. Golding, or Marky G, or Member Golding, whatever you want to call the opposition leader, whatever you want to call him. The country is faced with a natural disaster. Let you and I go around on the helicopters as a united front. To the
Amen.
Jamaican people, to the Caribbean, to the diaspora. What the Prime Minister did was to get a JDF helicopter. Desmond McKenzie have one. Daryl Vaz have one. Don't be surprised if Mrs. Holness have one too. And
Marky G deny access.
Hold on. And he fly around Jamaica. When the Prime Minister went down to Savlamar Hospital, and I will speak about Westmoreland because I am from Westmoreland, and Westmoreland is dear to my heart. The Prime Minister went down to Savlamar Hospital, shook everybody's hand, and set up like a doodly dup. And he knows that there is no communication in Westmoreland and in the wider Jamaica. The Prime Minister went down there and not even give them a Starlink satellite system just to sit up on the hospital.
Not
you know who did it?
Even.
You know who did it? An American journalist. No. An American journalist. And the Prime Minister's Prado has Starlink hook up to his system to the Prado. The Prime Minister has a satellite phone.
Jesus Christ.
Other people don't have anything.
These people are not serious. Then all they do, having this press conference, PR, and pure PR. One at a time, PR did mean public relation, but now it's just pure rubbish. Poor Dana sometimes I know what fiance say. Let us have our spinning and just chat a whole heap of garbage coming. You know the garbage when me hear the woman talk. Maybe, just maybe, you might hear and me never hear. Me want somebody call in and tell me this because me don't know, something must be wrong with me. Everybody said it, all the news when me get is that this storm will hit us at category 5, And then is coming to tell the people at a press conference this evening, say, people said that the storm is going to slow down and it's going to reach us less.
This woman, listen to me. I said it already. I said it already, I'm going to say it again. KD now they tell Bruce Gunner he's pathologically mendacious. And I said it about the former information minister, Nestor Morgan. He's a damn liar. And this woman here is pathologically mendacious.
Because me want somebody to tell me, says, then tell us that the storm may pass and it will reach us at a lesser magnitude and category 5. Where she get the information that me couldn't get it? And where she with you? Jesus Christ. Yeah.
The hurricane is already gone. Let us concentrate now. Why is it that the relief is so slow to get to our people? Our people,
yeah, right.
Our people, some people are dead. You have the dead mixing amongst the living mixing amongst the dead. People need water. I want to play this video for you for this woman from Westmoreland. Look at these people. Listen to this, Marsha.
Yeah. And we need, we would glad if the government could really come and see what we are going through here, especially with the pen. We are now at Portagate into farm, and there is nothing for us to drink water. We have to be going to the river now to see if the water is clear where we can get some to wash. You know, God. It's rough. So, no, you have plates and glass and kitchenware. Kitchenware are in the boxes. Over there in the black bag, we have some draperies and curtains in there. We just put them to sun and we managed to get them to dry. Okay. So they are reusable. Okay.
You know, the video is a bit low. But listen.
Yes, but
my fellow Jamaicans and Martian line here with us tonight. We're gonna be joined by Wilfred Rattigan pretty soon, retired FBI agent, the host of Reason with Rattigan, and also Mystic Sensation gonna come on with us. My Jamaican people, those in the diaspora those living away from Jamaica. You see what is going on in our country, Jamaica? And what this Prime Minister does. Because even if a journalist asks the Minister of Information, is it true that why the helicopters that can't carry so much aid is because the ministers and other members of parliament want to fly around on helicopters to take pictures to put on the Instagram page? And you know, she hasn't answered the question.
Dance around. She's a spinner. Western Indies need her on the team.
Dance around the question. They are playing life. They're playing politics with the Jamaican people life. While a humanitarian crisis is looming in this country. And the Minister of Health, all he does is drive around in his program.
Him is another story.
People, by taxpayers.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Play politics with
and Jeffrey, you talk about the dead. At the same time, let's talk about the dying. You understand? Some dead already, some are dying. And what the hell we doing? Coming to talk about road and access you can't reach. Don't play games with me.
And that is
Don't
why,
the Prime Minister at first said helicopter couldn't land.
But Marshall, that is why whatever government got rid of the Public Works Department should be hanged.
I will have to agree with you.
If the Public Works Department was in Westmoreland, they would have their tractors and everything out there.
Exactly. I remember Public Works Department, PWD.
Right? But when you have members of parliament like Ian Hayes and Dr. Nathan Campbell don't have access to government funding, what they must do? They have to go and borrow Mass Joe back home to clear the road.
But remember in Parliament a few days ago, so I think it's Chris Brown, this MP from St. Mary, he realized something was going to happen. And he started to remind them about those contractors who did not get paid to clean drain and other places. And the infidel, who is the Speaker of the House, shut down the man. Till me here now the cartoon where we have, where call Lester Marga now I tell some MPs, if them have reputable contractor, use them, and the administrative work part will come after. You think people are going to trust him? People will not trust this government.
Listen to me. The Jamaican government campaigned in 2025 that the government of Jamaica is financially stable.
Yes, they did say so.
And the Prime Minister of the country went and cut ribbon and broke ground for 11 people. Of the people of the Vumvavon, the Vumvavi. Now a natural disaster has hit this country. And the Prime Minister now, the government is waiting on overseas money. And he's telling people that they can't form an organization. The opposition can't form an organization to collect any money. It must go through the government office. Let me tell you something. Hold on for the man.
Thief in a plain language.
Hold on for the man. Let me tell you something, people. The last time I checked, this country is a modern democracy. The last time I checked, Jamaica is a modern democracy. Let no one be dictator, no one be king. Tell us what to do in this country. If we do not feel like to send our money to the government of Jamaica, it's our prerogative. Are we up here? We clean, you know.
Exactly.
Hold on for me, Mashi. We clean, you know what to make our ends meet in this country.
Yes,
Jamaicans,
yes.
We clean, you know what. And we work how many jobs from United Kingdom to Canada to the United States to Europe to wherever. We cleaned. You know what to make money in this country.
Yes, yes.
No one must tell us where to send our money, what to send our money. The people of this country must stand firm and let Andrew
Exactly.
administration know that we will send our money where we want to send our money. Go ahead, Marshall.
You see what my side? Yeah, you see what my side be right there?
Yes.
People have to take a stand. And you want me to tell you something? Me hear the PNP this evening at the press conference, and they are playing with the government. Talk about them now criticize and them nice up and nice up. The crap. You see the JLP play with anybody? You see government play with anybody? The only thing they want everything to come through a channel that they can thief it. You see all the $1 million that came and sent, that are going to smash the pocket.
Listen,
and you know they don't go
the Cayman Islands government, when Beryl hit this country, the former premier of the Cayman Islands government, Miss Juliana Connolly, along with former Premier Makiva Bush, hope I can pronounce Miss Juliana's name properly. She came here bearing gifts and monetary coin. She gave a brown envelope to Desmond McKenzie for the people of St. Elizabeth. How much millions of dollars? And I'm saying to the Cayman Islands government tonight, to the new premier, to the opposition leader of the Cayman Islands, Mr. Joy Hugh, do not send 1 red cent to this government of Jamaica. The people of this country will not see where this money is going. Mr. Joy Hugh, the Cayman Islands opposition leader, I am asking you, sir, please speak to your premier. The people of this country will not see 1 red cent.
You remember, say charity money come here, and who take where the charity money go to their own business.
Not only that,
our prime minister take where the charity money. That's one I think where him and integrity commission are in a court for right now.
But not only that, Mashi. Not only that. During the pandemic, the Jamaican diaspora has a telethon and raised how much thousands of dollars of US currency into Jamaican currency is millions of dollars. It was given to a certain minister. She put in her handbag. The money come to Jamaica. When the money disappeared, he said gone in a consolidated fund. And I know where the money is. I am saying tonight, Cayman is my home too. I live in Cayman for many years. And I'm saying tonight to the Cayman Islands government, send all the aid you want to send, but do not send 1 red cent to the government of this country.
Before I go,
the honest administration no money.
Before I go, Jeffrey, what the people them will always put on committee? Petrojam, Wheatley, Bobby Montague, First Rock, and used car for police. All of them they gone down the drain. And we could go on and on. It's people who fingered, who have the sticky finger on the Jamaican people money. And them take the head committee. These guys are a set of DFT, and the program is decent. I can only help you to figure out what DFT means. The last part is thief, and the first part is dumb. You can describe what the F mean. They're a set of DFT. Have a good night, Jeffrey.
Thank you, my friend. Mek Wi Talk program is live. We're really listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. There was a call coming in from one of the students of the Mek Wi Talk program, Lady Marie, a Jamaican who speaks truth to power. Call into the program, Marie. Call back. 954-529-8030. What does it take on the humanitarian crisis looming in Jamaica? The opposition leave out of recovery committee. Good night, Mek Wi Talk. You're live.
Hey Jeffrey, good evening. How are you doing? And my prayers are with the people of Jamaica, our friends, our families, neighbors, and for those who have lost their loved ones and don't even know that their loved one is deceased, we pray that they find them and are able to give them a decent burial no matter what. And we just pray one for another. But me not give the government no money, period, full stop, end of story. And I would encourage anybody who wants to support the people of Jamaica, don't give the government 1 red cent. Not 1 red cent. Because a lot of the persons who suffered last year with burial, they did not get help. So Melissa just came and finished them. Finished them. And when you have, what is the purpose of ODPEM? Because I would think that it would be the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management that would be the lead agency for the recovery process, because they would have had the skill sets necessary to do that.
I think they are, but apparently, listen to me. This prime minister put in down to the very dog as chairman for some Jeffrey Beaver said tonight.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, and therein lies the problem. Because with ODPEM, they have the skill sets to deal with it, because they would have regional officers and they would have officers on the ground, and they would know exactly what to go, where to go, and how to utilize the scarce resources. Because instead of flying around to take pictures and do PR, the JDF should be going in, because they too have the expertise and the skill sets to know how to, where to send bulldozers, whether it is backhoe, front end lift, or whatever you want to call them, sending those heavy equipment, and to start getting people out and to start moving things along. But what is sad, Jeffrey, 6 days in, and many people haven't gotten any food supply? That makes no sense.
And the Prime Minister fly around on taxpayers' helicopter.
Yes. And a taxpayer's helicopter that he denied the opposition leader, which is a part of the governing structure per the constitution of the country. Okay.
Marie, when I heard about it, I was the first one who came out and said this is nonsense.
It is nonsense. It is not. It's not his personal. It's not his. No, it's not. It's not. It belongs to the people of Jamaica.
The Prime Minister is the Minister of Defense. The opposition leader is opposition Minister of Defense.
Duly elected opposition leader, exactly, and also he has yes, exactly, and he has the right to speak on behalf of all Jamaicans as well, not half of Jamaica, all Jamaicans. So they can't deny him that right. But here's the thing, Jeffrey, you look and you see all this devastation. Remember when the members of Parliament got up in Parliament to talk about, to ask questions. What preparations have been made? What can we look to? Who can, what access is there? What is there? Julia Tony shut them down and told them to sit down and shut up.
Yes.
This is the result of that disrespect. This is the result of that disrespect. Poor people are suffering as a result of that. Because if she was not so pompous and full of herself, she would have listened to the questions that were being asked. And the minister would have been forced to answer the questions, because guess what? The hurricane did not come for PNP or JLP people or no P. It affected Jamaicans, period.
But Marie.
And it's sad, man.
Listen to me. I had a call, and before I got that call this evening, I had about 3 calls from all over the place, within the United States and other places. And the person said to me, Mr. Tavares, we have been getting videos from family members who can get a local signal. I said, all right. Of dead bodies. They're living amongst the dead. The Prime Minister of this country. You know who showed Andrew Honest? When he refused Mark Golding, the leader of the opposition helicopter.
Yes.
And a Jamaican citizen gave him their helicopter to fly around in. Free of cost.
Yeah.
He landed the helicopter in Eastern Westmoreland. The Prime Minister said he couldn't land down there.
But a helicopter typically can land anywhere. It's not like a plane that needs a runway. So a helicopter can land basically anywhere.
So when you look at it, Marie, the dead bodies are down there. And they're saying the police can't get around, the JDF can't get around, yet other aid helicopters can land in Westmoreland.
Exactly.
And you're telling me But until now,
Yeah.
the JCF or the JDF can't take out the dead body from amongst the
It's
people.
sad. It is sad. It is sad. And it's an indictment on the prime minister. If he doesn't realize it yet, he's going to wake up to the sad reality that all of this is an indictment on him. Of course, he could not stop the ferocious nature of Hurricane Melissa. But had there been better preparations? Okay, you said that people must go to shelters and the schools are the shelters. Were the schools prepared? And a lot of these schools were damaged themselves. So it is like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then they are so pompous. The members of parliament are asking for help, and they're saying, "Oh no, don't do anything. Everything has to come through the government." Andrew's lost his cotton picking mind. Come through which government? They can't be trusted because burial money. What happened to the people? Let's go back to COVID. What happened to COVID money? What happened to COVID money?
We never go so far.
What happened to burial money?
Because there's a certain person right now. I mean, I can't on name. Who the plan concert. And until now, we do not know where the pandemic money we had a telethon here in the Jamaican diaspora. And the telethon money that was sent to Jamaica went away like Sammy Mouth. We were told it went to the consolidated fund. Now they have before these people put this country on 3 days fasting and prayers to Almighty God, all they think about is money, to rob more poor people money.
But with Jeffrey, if they're going to utilize to do a concert for aid relief, they don't need to do a concert for the aid relief because people are helping left, right, and center. Make sure the money that they get is spent on the people that are deserving it, and it's not for MPs to go and fix them gas station and fix them supermarket and build up, and who have apartment buildings, when build more apartment buildings and fix them apartment buildings if it was affected. It's not about that. Spend the money on the people who need it. But another thing, the time they take to be using this stadium for a concert, why not use it to set up field hospitals for different areas of expertise, so you can evacuate the people from the affected areas, and because you cannot manage them all, and KPH broke down. Those hospitals in Kingston that have not been so affected, they cannot manage them. Them are leak already too. So you set up field hospitals. Because the stadium is big, and you have the arena. So the arena can be one hospital that caters to certain issues, maybe to pregnant mothers. You can have another one that is for general purposes, that to check pressure and do all those things. And you can have another one for pediatric care. So instead of doing a concert, utilize the stadium to create field hospitals. People will come in and build it. If they ask for the help to set up a field hospital at the stadium and the National Arena right now, people will set it up. They will get the help they need. These people are not thinking. The only thing they can consider is politics, politics, politics. You cannot be talking about everything must come through the government. They cannot manage it because clearly they are not doing a good job. Because if they were doing a good job, they would have been more organized before the hurricane hit. And then after it hit now, they would go into rescue operations and rescue and rebuilding operations. They are just flying by the seat of their pants, and they are so narcissistic and full of themselves. They are coming to talk about everything must come through. No. Most people I hear talking are not doing anything with the government, not doing anything through the government, because they know that the people are going. You see, the people who need it are suffering. You can give a community of 5,000 people 150 care packages. You have lost your damn mind. Why weren't these things planned out from the get-go?
And Babsy Grange gonna come and talk about she gonna use the National Stadium as concert venue. Listen to me,
There's no need for any concert. There's no need for a concert. Go and create a field hospital.
Minister Babsy Grange, we serve an awesome God, Poor people serve an awesome God, Babsy. Be careful what you're not doing to poor people in this country. I warn them already and I warn them again. Somewhere in St. Matthew, chapter 5, it speaks about poor. Andrew Michael Holness, be ye careful what you're doing to poor people in this country. You and Babsy Green, but you don't have concert. When
there's no need
people,
for any concert, Jeffrey.
Pardon me?
There's no need for any concert. Not
None
when they can be,
whatsoever.
the space can be utilized, because they can use a space to do a massive packaging program. You know, where they do food packages for the JDF to drop, airlift and drop. But as we speak, there's greater need for the space to be used to create field hospitals. So if the Prime Minister is listening, or whomever has the ear of the Prime Minister, tell the Prime Minister and Christopher Tufton, rather than flying around and creating havoc, go and do some logistics. Mr. Golden, you have some sense, sir. Please, they need to go and build a field hospital on the stadium grounds right now. The stadium can always be refixed and repaved, whatever. But right now, the conference center, but it's being used by Chef Andres.
Yes, the conference center is being used by some chef, but
yes, World Kitchen,
yes,
World Central
good, yes.
Kitchen, which is good. Yes, but what I'm saying is, but Jeffrey, I'm trying to say is use those spaces to accommodate the needs of the people. Hospitals are needed right now. They can create field hospitals. They can equip field hospitals. People will come and do it if they know that they need it. Stop being so full of themselves. Ask for people. We need help building out field hospitals. We need one for pediatric care. We need one for maternity ward. We need one for general care, because the needs are so much. Black River Hospital is done. Savannah Hospital is done. All of these hospitals are broken. So create these temporary spaces so proper care can be administered.
And that is why I spoke to a medical doctor, not a fly-by-night who got by no degree. He went to University of Western Jamaica when he was 17 years old from the Cayman Islands. He's a medical doctor. And he said to me that what they need to is evacuate the people from St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. Yeah. Evacuate all of them.
Yeah. And clean the whole, just scrape up the debris. Where they're going to put all that debris, only God alone knows. Only God alone knows.
And not
but the infrastructure was poor to begin with, and this has made it worse.
They haven't sit down and thought we're going to put the debris either. The Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium.
Exactly.
The Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium was built as a white elephant. Thank you for calling me, darling.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, Jeffrey. And to everybody in the chat, God bless.
God bless you too for calling me. Thank you. I want to play a video here that was sent to me. It was sent to me this afternoon. And the person who sent it to me was very upset because of what is going on in Jamaica. He knows Jamaica more than you and I. And I want to call him in. Good night, Mek Wi Talk here live.
To get rid of the debris, all they have to do.
Don't be that Jamaica house.
No, man, come on, man, relax, man, calm down. To get rid of the debris, all they have to do is to get in a few every duty wood chipper. And the same debris, you chip up the wood and you dump it up liquid by liquid. The same debris could use back for landscaping. I mean, the truth is this. The truth is this. As the young lady said, designate an area. There are many places in Jamaica that they can transport the debris when they chip it up. Like, for example, all these trees down in the community. Instead of trying to transport these trees out the community, chip the trees right there, grind it up. And when you grind it up, it can be transported out the community over a period of time. Fine, there are so many unoccupied lands in Jamaica. Whether or not we want to believe it, yes or no. Logistically, the planning phase must be done. All hands need to be on deck. I mean, the recovery effort, yes, we know they are in the recovery, rescue and recovery mode now, but we have to think there are going to be tons and tons of cars that is no longer drivable. They are going to be written off. What are you going to do with that? Them can't go junkyard. There is not enough space. We should be talking about trying to melt these cars down, grind them down, bring them back to the farm and sell back the metal so people can get back a start. I mean, it happened here. When you have like,
Mr. Reed, before we do all of that, sir, they must find somewhere to put the people.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have the stadium. The concert, no concert should be held in Jamaica. All concerts should be held outside of Jamaica. All the facilities that are entertainment concerned, that these facilities, the people should be housing. There's a national arena, the conference center downtown by the waterfront, the Montego Bay. I understand that the World Kitchen is using that. But the World Kitchen don't need to use up the entire conference center. It's a huge place. The Up Park Camp you can put and field hospital in Up Park Camp. You can put a field hospital at the football stadium.
We can put a field hospital on the grounds of King's House and Jamaica House. It's taxpayers pay to cut those lawns.
Yeah, well, no, you can't do that, Jeffrey. They're not gonna load that. But you have Kingston, you have Stadium East. You have Stadium East. You can put a field hospital there. I mean, we have to compromise. Sporting event have to put on pause and stuff like that. So we can use that. You know, even in Jam World, right there, you can put a temporary field hospital there. But again, the space is there, brother. The space is there. Tinsiped era dome. You could put Vernon Field in Clarendon. Those are huge spaces.
You know how long Robert Finsey Smith has been telling these people to fix up Vernon Field?
Yeah. Those are huge spaces.
For Central Clarendon, Mike Lester Henry, had plans for Vernon Field.
Yes.
And they scrapped that plans at all.
I will even give you a better joke. You could go into Manchester in Kirkvine, the Kirkvine Sports Centre. That's a huge place. All of those things. And I will even tell you, talk about the debris, how to get rid of the debris. There are places in St. Elizabeth that was mined out. There are craters. Dump the debris in there. You understand where the backside company mine out these places over the years, and nothing is going on. Nothing cannot grow there anymore. Put back the debris, the debris down there. So all is not lost. So people have to put things and think.
They're not gonna do that, Paula. What they're gonna do, they're gonna serve those save up there to serve to their friends and cronies,
No, I mean, are you aware? I don't know if people know this. Are you aware in Nassau, Bahamas? In Nassau, if you were to go to Nassau now, they're actually dumping up the port in Nassau. Are you aware that it's barge them use from Miami to bring dirt here? Mall? Go to Nassau. You will see that the barges coming over with the dirt and them using it to dump up the port, to expand the port. Look at the close proximity to Jamaica, to Nassau. These are things we can explore.
They're not thinking about that,
Those are things you could explore.
What they're thinking about, Paul, is to make some money to put in the pocket and why the people suffer.
Well, people, I mean, I hear you, but it's not something that I'm going to jump on that particular bandwagon. But what I'm saying though, just you see, you have to realize too, that Jamaica really don't have all the equipments that we will need for the recovery, like the trucks and all of that, because you're going to need trucks. You're going to need a ton load of trucks. And you really don't have that on the island readily available, every equipment. But We should be utilizing the heavy equipment from the backside companies. No government need for come out with the emergency situation and tell the backside companies no. But another thing though, we have to be careful now. Hold on a second. We have to be careful. No. Yes, man. Good.
Good night, caller. Mek Wi Talk. You're welcome. Welcome to the line.
Yes, good night, Sergeant.
Good night,
Right,
sir.
I just want a little help with you, right? I just want a little help with you. I've been listening to the presentation that Mark Golin do, right? And when I take a start, me and my friend talk about it, right? But I don't agree with the question that I see nationwide ask. I just like your 2 cents on that because I tell my friend that a lot of people die and people lose their house. And the question that nationwide asks, but to me is a stupid question.
My take on the question that was asked by the judges of nationwide is a damn stupid question. Because you know why? The opposition has a right to have any press conference they want to have at any time at all. Okay?
Yes.
So what the question that nationwide asks is neither here nor there. What we must concentrate on is how are we going to help the people in St. Elizabeth, in Westmoreland. That is what we must concentrate on, in our conversations that we're having.
Right. That is what I was looking for. But you see, Jeff, I just have my coffee ask about because I'm a friend in a debate about it. I mean, I think that was a stupid question. So we'll listen to your program, so we just go back to that. All right? Thanks much.
Amen. Thanks much. The number to call is 954-529-8030. 954-529-8030. I want you to listen to Zelika Jess, Member of Parliament. Good night, Sir Byron. How are you doing? Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. You're live.
Bless up, Jeffrey.
Mystic Sensation.
How are you doing?
Welcome, sir.
All right. First and foremost, let me just big up all of your listeners.
Yes.
Right. And of course, hail you for doing a good job highlighting. You understand the histories. But let me just begin, Jeffrey, in saying that Jamaica has to recognize one fundamental issue, right, that is affecting all of us. One fundamental issue. And the fundamental issue is that there's a virus, right, that growing in our parliament. And if the powers that be, which is the PSOJ, the umbrella group of church, right, and civil society, don't put out the necessary thing to definitely address this cancer, it is going to be extremely serious. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you where I am going. The Prime Minister is a narcissist. Don't worry about that. There are 3 serious impacts that Jamaica experienced at this time. Number 1, the Prime Minister's dishonesty, right, as it relates to illicit enrichment. Prime Minister's statutory declaration cannot be certified. The powers that be as it relates to PSOJ, the umbrella group of church, and civil society, who need to call out this wrongdoing, right? In any modern democracy, that Prime Minister would not have given the go-ahead, right, to represent us politically to the fact that his statutory declaration cannot be certified, and in extension, his illicit enrichment cannot be explained by him.
Let me ask that question, though, Barry. What is going on now in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, where dead bodies amongst the living, and until now, nothing has been done? Your take on that?
No, all right, that's why I am building the background to get to there, and the background that I am building is to say, Jeffrey, right, that what is wrong with all of this, the Prime Minister preparation for the Hurricane Melissa and the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa is atrocious. And the Prime Minister, if you notice, the Prime Minister is in a campaign mood. The Prime Minister had stolen the election already. There's no need to campaign. There's no need to PR. You understand? His way out of his unpreparedness. Yeah, but I'm saying there's no need to PR, right, as it relates to his level of unpreparedness. Where the Prime Minister, again, had gone wrong is to bring politics in the whole situation in terms of the aftermath of Melissa. When the Prime Minister given unto himself and start to grade himself, to say that, okay, his performance as it relates to the preparation and the response to Melissa, right? We don't have no time for that. There's no need for that. People's lives, you understand, need to be saved. And so I'm going to go where you are going now. So that goes now to your question as it relates to, you understand, the situation both in Westmoreland and both, I mean, let us talk about the entire pathway, the corridor of Melissa. The Prime Minister came out and said he has a multifaceted approach to deal with the situation immediately after the aftermath. So now let us ask the question, has that been done? No, that has not been done. Now the Prime Minister now is started politicizing the entire thing in terms of distribution.
Indeed.
You can't, look, everyone who affected is affected. The Melissa did not say, okay, all right, I am going to target JLP or target PNP. Jamaicans are affected, so the politics need to come out of this. Now, as it relates to the Prime Minister behavior and the Prime Minister arrogance, you understand that precede the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is now playing politics as it relates to distribution, as it relates to how he addressed certain situations in terms of the Prime Minister. What is the Prime Minister focus? The Prime Minister focus is not a multifaceted focus, as he said. The Prime Minister focus now is to streamline, you understand, who he believes he needs to support first and visit his area. You understand, where he believes that, okay, all right, these are people who really voted for me and you understand, they are affected. And so then I am going to make sure I attend to the to these people, which is wrong. It is totally a wrong approach. Now, let me say this again, to show you that the Prime Minister is bringing politics in the whole thing. Now, remember, you have an opposition, and the opposition is a part of the government. It's 63 members of parliament that made up parliament. And so saying, the opposition is including into that, as it relates to 28, right, members of parliament, and 28 on the opposition, and 35 on the incumbent government. Mm-hmm. You understand? So being a part of the government, you cannot be forming a committee, and the committee is in exemption of the opposition. So remember, you know, if you're going to say, okay, all right, you're going to form a committee, you understand, to create oversight. No, it simply means that you can't, like, involve in situations and you want to provide oversight for your own self. No, to create transparency, the word transparency is important here. So if you are going to create transparency, and I said oversight, you understand, have the opposition, you understand, involved as it relates to the oversight. Because remember, Jeffrey, we know that as it relates to Andrew Holness and to the fact his level of dishonesty, if you ask many Jamaicans today if they trust Andrew Holness administration in terms of getting all the aids and distributed it fairly, you understand, to all the people who it needs to be distributed, majority of the Jamaican people is going to say no. As a matter of fact, they will believe that certain things must not be given to the Prime Minister.
But not only that, my good
Sorry.
mistake. Did you know that majority of the Jamaican diaspora now is saying that they will never send one red cent to the Jamaica, whatever they have, support Jamaica, whatever they have it?
There you go, Sir Jeffrey. That is what I'm talking about. You understand? You can't have a Prime Minister where you find it said, 70% of the nation don't trust the Prime Minister. This is a fundamental wrong. Remember, look here. Let me point out this categorically clear. Remember that when the Prime Minister won the election in 2020, it was only 31% of the population, right?
Yes.
Who voted. right, as it relates to voting for him.
Hold on
Now-
for me, Mystic. Hold on for me, Mystic. Let's bring back the conversation after this back to the relief, because I wanna concentrate on how can we get the people some aid? How can we get the people from moving amongst the dead bodies that they are living amongst in Westmoreland? How can we get to that? I wanna focus back on that.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just give some advice in terms of
Yeah.
right how the military could be fully utilized. Right? Now the military should be on the ground, right? I mean from day one as it relates to the aftermath, right? To deal with control distribution in terms of persons who really need the assistance in terms of saving and preserving life as it relates to the distribution of water and the necessary food that needed to be given. Number two, medication, right, is necessary. You understand, as it relates to the various type of ailment, diabetes, etc. You name it, right? To again preserve life. Now, what should have happened as it relates to that? Those persons who in the red zone area, right? What they both the incumbent government, and that's why it's important for the opposition to be strongly a part of this. You understand? Because Andrew Holness administration alone cannot do this, right? It is all Jamaican. What should have happened? A place should now be identified. You understand? A huge place. You understand? Where we can host. You understand? The sick and lame, and where we can provide proper care. So majority of those people now, you understand, within that red zone should have been evacuated out of that red zone. You understand? And to make sure that you do that, right, in terms of dealing with a situation to address, you understand, whatever need to be addressed. Remember, you know.
Like people from West Orleans.
Yeah.
He didn't help nobody.
Exactly. Remember, you know.
Yeah, my dad's from Black River.
Yeah. Remember, you know, the situation with cholera. A lot of people not even talking about cholera, you know. Remember that the people, majority of the people who being marooned right now, they have no good, you understand, processing of sewage. Many of them will be, you understand, stooling on the ground, you understand, and do all of that. So you can imagine how within the next 2 or 3 weeks, if you think say it bad, within the next 2 or 3 weeks when certain things start to set in, it is going to be even more terrible. It is going to be even more terrible. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying that these people should have been taken out of there and put into a facility, you understand, that can facilitate those basic needs for those people. You understand? And so then you can get access now in terms of when you're taking out majority of those people, you can get access in, you understand, where you can quickly clear debris, do whatever you want to do, you understand? Because remember, you are creating a safe zone, right? And you have now removed the obstacles by taking out majority of those people within the red zone area, within ground zero, as it relates to the Prime Minister. You understand? And you put them to a safe haven, you understand, where they can be taken care of, where, you know, they can get treatment, you understand, from nurses or doctors, whatever. You understand, that level of attention can be meted out to them in terms of that. And if the Prime Minister doesn't do this quickly, then they're going to have a problem. And this is one of the reasons why
we are going to have a humanitarian crisis in our hand.
We have it as we speak. Let me tell you something. That they are trying to suppress, right? There are a lot of dead bodies out there. You understand? A lot of dead bodies. And so then as the week progress, that death toll is also going to rise. It's an indictment on the Prime Minister. You understand? Because in all of this, what the Prime Minister should be focusing on is to, in collaboration, work with the opposition. You understand? Put out the politics. You understand? And quickly try to address the serious situation at hand. We have a crisis. And if the Prime Minister, you understand, don't really look into the mirror and have an introspection, it is going to get rather worse. I can assure you that.
One of my students here on the Mek Wi Talk program just said, just watching CNN, and they show live from Betheltown in Westmoreland, a dead body in a house. Huh? Now tell me something though. The Prime Minister, if CNN can get down to Betheltown, why JDF can't get down there? Why police can't get down there?
Goes back to what I'm saying. Now, Jeffrey, watch this now. All right. If we are to use the following matrix as it relates to grading the Prime Minister, you understand? Number one, we talk about preparation. The first matrix that would agree the Prime Minister on. Now let us look on the Prime Minister.
As far as I'm concerned, this Prime Minister cannot be graded. This man.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you. But
this man, and I will not apologize to nobody. The Prime Minister of Jamaica believes that he's a dictator running Jamaica. And the people of Jamaica must make Andrew Holness know that Jamaica is a modern democracy. No dictator, no wanna be king. Jamaica belongs to we, not to him.
Exactly, Jeffrey. But Jeffrey, look at this. Just for argument's sake, let us look on preparation. The Prime Minister is at the helm, the political helm, for 10 years. Right? The Prime Minister had dealt with, you understand, series of you understand, some wish, you understand, advanced to hurricane, right? Others not. Now, what the Prime Minister would have been aware of, that when it comes to torrential downpour, right? Our banks and gullies easily overflown because of blockage of garbage and debris and all of that. Now the question, let me ask. Yes, let me ask this. Let me ask this question. Did the Prime Minister make any effort, you understand, to do drain cleaning and identify areas that vulnerable as it relates to weakened structure and to strengthen those structure? You understand? No, the Prime Minister has not done that. You can just move up to as recent as 2024 when we have Beryl, right? What did the Prime Minister administration learn after Beryl?
Nothing.
What were the positive points that Andrew Holness administration taken from Beryl?
To take money.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so then, when you look at that, knowing to the fact that again, when Melissa developed, right, the Prime Minister, you understand, as it relates to the science, as it relates to meteorologists, you understand, giving the country, you understand, the relevant update, you understand, and the Prime Minister, as a matter of fact, local government, you understand, came out and lied to the people. Right? If it is in some democratic country, you understand, Desmond McKenzie wouldn't have a job. He would have been fired immediately.
Let me ask this question of you, though, Mr. Sensation. What do you think the solution to the fundamental problem that our brothers and sisters face in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth? What is the solution to this?
All right, look here now. Let me just say this.
Because our people are hungry. Huh? Our people have no water. Huh? They have no clothes. They live out to the element of the cold and hot breeze and the mosquitoes, because the waters are breeding mosquitoes. And you hear nothing concrete from this administration to say we're going to evacuate people.
But Jeffrey, hold on, Jeffrey. You asked me, you understand, a lovely question that I want to answer.
Go ahead.
Now, watch this, and let me just put some sense and some strategy in the cranium of the Prime Minister and his administration. United States bless us with what we call a 3 Chinook helicopter, right? Those are no, I'm talking about the 3 main one. Those are helicopters that are capable to carry tons of stuff. Now, what's this now? When you look on the corridor of Melissa, right, you could now have those 3 helicopters, right, equally divided the geographical location. You understand? And definitely form a control distribution from the 3 points of access. Simply means if you're talking about that just for easy answers, right? If the area to measure 60 yards, you'd aim the target in terms of one of those so-called choppers 20 yards apart. You understand? So it's equally stressed as it relates to access, quick access to the people in and out. You understand what I say? And then you, from that, right, you have boots on the ground, you understand, and you set up right then and there, you understand, a huge tent to deal with control distribution, where within said helicopter number 1, you understand, they address that situation. Helicopter number 2 address that area. Helicopter number 3 that area. So then guess what? What you have now, you will have that the people will get assistance simultaneously. And when we say simultaneously, that means everybody now within the affected area and the corridor, you understand, will be dealing with fairly. You understand? And
you know something, Mystic, and we gotta run.
Yes.
You know something? If the Prime Minister of this country did love the Jamaican people, the first thing as the Minister of Defense should have done is instruct the JDF. When you get a pathway to go down, make sure you make up a tent, a communication tent.
Exactly. A control center right in there.
Put one of those big industrial generators down there. All right? Make the people that can come there to charge their phones. Put a Starlink satellite system down there. But what the Prime Minister does is to fly around in government helicopter. Like I feel it. It is owned by the taxpayers of this country. And the people are saying this, but a lady called me a couple nights ago. She has to pay to charge her phone and pay to use a Starlink that somebody has. Huh? A journalist from the United States has just to give Salama Hospital a Starlink satellite. And the Prime Minister might only 2 long hand. What is going on in this country, Mystic?
Yeah, because the Prime Minister is in champion mood. A blessing.
Yeah, man, give me a final word. We got to run. Let's put in the final word.
Yeah, all I'm saying, right, to the Prime Minister and his administration, you understand, halt with the politics, the politicking, the political grandstanding, you understand, work alongside with the opposition, you understand, so that the job can be done and done effectively. You understand, between the Prime Minister administration and the opposition, you understand, they need to sit together, do it quickly, you understand, formulate, you understand, useful strategies and execute them. That's all I'm saying.
All right, man. Thanks much.
Bless.
Thank you, Mystic Sensation. Sir Baron from the Mystic Sensation show for coming on the program here. Thank you very much, sir. The number to call is 954-529-8030. We're supposed to have Mr. Rattigan, and hopefully he will come on. I know he's a bit busy, but he will come on and give his 2 cents also. Let me call back a person. I told I'll be calling him back. Where is the number? Here he is. Good night. Mek Wi Talk here live.
Jeffrey.
Yes.
Let me ask you a quick question. Them body bag there, where they did buy up in our there, who were they for? You remember them body bag there?
What body bag again?
Remember a couple months ago, then they buy up on Wally Papa.
Remind me, man, like I'm getting young, remind me.
I remember exactly, but I remember quite well. So the body bags were for the storm. So it's clear to me that the people of Jamaica, both the JLP and the PNP, them not realize that this Prime Minister were after them. You understand what I say? This man need to resign. The fact that you can have dead living amongst the live, the living people, it says a lot.
You know, caller, I got a call this afternoon from a medical doctor. You know, pran doctor, a medical surgeon. He was not born in Jamaica, he's a son of Jamaica. I can hear the passion in the man's voice, appealing at something to be done. Or what is going on in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth? Appealing. And the Prime Minister of this country fly around in taxpayers' helicopter.
Jeffrey, the Prime Minister and his wife own almost trucks, and the Chinese them have a lot of tractors. They can go down and assist the people by picking up the debris and go dump them in the hole where the man said they dump. So what happened to the 100 truck with them own and the 60 truck with them own? Why are those trucks not down there helping the people of Jamaica?
The truck must mash up too. No man.
Why are those trucks on?
Hello, the truck have to make money, you know. So what they're doing is they're trying to get enough money. You know, here Mama Babs says she don't have telatan.
But Jeffrey, those trucks were purchased based off the people taxpayers' money that them rob.
Well, they still have to make some more money out of it. So what they're doing, you know,
Jeffrey,
Mama Babs say how the Hard Rock Cafe in Florida here, how about the Jamaican color, and how Shaggy shall lead a concert at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Shaggy not lead no concert with them. First of all, the 4 million US so Shaggy give them to the
he's not going to do it, because who knows?
Well, he must know. The 4 million where the Bustamante Hospital then can't show how it was spent. You think Shaggy really are going to make money and give them, and as Shaggy fly down and give his stuff to the people himself?
Let me ask you a question, Carl. When you see all of this is happening in your country, you expect this to happen in some other country, but not in your country, Jamaica. And this is happening in the country, Jamaica now. And nothing is being done with the government. The government doing a damn thing.
The people of Jamaica, may I tell you, say, me think about from the start what happened, Jeffrey, my head hurt me because I've been thinking about the people of Jamaica so much. When me really settle down and I look into it, me sorry for them, you know. But me not understand how them not sorry for themselves and sister this man. Take them for idiot. If only can remember the body bag them where the Prime Minister buy phone no. Because this was all a plan, and me know him never there.
But did he buy those things because of the virus?
Huh? Jeffrey, go back and go look back on your thing them where you did talk about it. Andre and all of them did talk about it. Those body bags were for the storm.
What storm? This one here?
This man-made whatever. Why you 32 people and said that? Why you can't fly and go pick up the 32 people them? What they say about the Prime Minister? This man should be charged or he should resign with immediate effect. He can't do him work.
As far as I'm concerned, from both sides of the fence should be charged for treason against the people of this country.
And I agree with you.
Crime against humanity.
And the people of Jamaica sit down and hand out them hand. It only shows that Jamaicans just love hand out them hand. Why they not pick on something at their hand and a march up a garden house? The demand better.
How do you expect the people to march? The people, you know, I think many of us don't see the fundamental issue that we face in this country. You know, the late
because
things always say this, you know. And when Mati come on, Mati say, the center cannot hold Miranaki upon the land. And Miranaki is upon the land because there is a humanitarian crisis looming in Western Jamaica. If the Prime Minister and the opposition do not do something about this.
Why you think they want to control the things that may come to Jamaica? They know if they keep Westmoreland hungry, then control Westmoreland. If people continuously push food for Westmoreland, you know, then the people will realize this Prime Minister and mean them not good enough. If you keep the people hungry, you can control them down there. So when they create riots, you can't control them with food because you can't food go give them and calm them down. Jeffrey, I saw it work, you know. Jamaican people are controlled by them belly, you know, some of them, you know. them belly and the handout when they can get.
Let us go back to the whole thing of how can we really truly help our people? Because if I'm saying
Jeffrey,
this,
the only way to help Jamaican people, let me tell you this, the only way to help them. Eh? Let me tell you. You see, if the who awake already, not start help the ones that were asleep, then they will forever remain sleeping. 20% of Jamaican people wake up, the rest of them are asleep. And if the 20% march to God knows and demand, I see police them with them are used to suppress the people, them and the soldier them, police officers on the need to stop and need to look into it. Some of these people are on the blood. Uno self need to hold the Prime Minister accountable. You guys are there to represent the people, not the Prime Minister, the people.
I'll tell you something, you know, Carla. One of these days, you're going to hear a breaking news that the JCF not coming to work. Mark my word. Because if the Prime Minister believe that during this crisis that we face in this country, that he's going to work members of the JCF and the JDF and don't pay them, you make a sad mistake. You campaign Prime Minister owners. You campaign Prime Minister owners that you have money in the kitty, that Jamaica is financially stable. Now there's a crisis in this country. And our people are dying and living amongst the dead in this country and not doing a damn thing about it.
I want to ask you 2 questions, Jeffrey, before me go.
Yes.
China don't yet to Jamaica yet?
Not that I know if I don't hear nothing about that.
Russia don't yet?
I don't know. I don't hear nothing about that.
Hold on. Our neighbor Cuba. Cuba send over them doctors yet?
Cuba is in crisis, you know. The hurricane hit Cuba too, you know.
They hit Cuba, but not as bad as Jamaica. And Cuba have enough doctors can disperse.
If Cuba don't do it, I mean, like, there's nurses in Jamaica from Cuba doing it.
I know the ones who decide not to go back.
No,
some of them decide not to.
No. There is nurses on a program that came down. That was signed by the Ministry of Health the other day, and they came down.
I understand, but normally when Jamaica get hit by anything, Cuba is the first to send over the doctor.
Cuba has their problem to deal with too.
All right, I agree with you with that. Why China and the rest of them holding back? What are they watching Andrew Holness with?
What do you mean they're holding back?
Tell me if China knows something about the storm that hit Jamaica.
What are you talking about?
I am not blaming. No, me not blame China. Listen up, me not blame China for the storm. Jeffrey,
hold on. This is one person who have a podcast that don't believe in some damn nonsense, you know.
Jeffrey, I missed my point when I say.
There is no way. I agree that you can strike the cloud because Jamaica did 1 point and the whole of Cuba flood out. No, man.
Jeffrey, that's not where I'm going, Jeffrey. That's not where I'm going. My question is, why is China holding back from assist Jamaica right now? That's my question.
If China don't want to help Jamaica, isn't it China's priority?
But China have more people in Jamaica than even US and anywhere else.
But that no sense. If the Chinese going to refuse to help Jamaica, we can't force them to help Jamaica.
Me not say we can't force him in Jeffrey, but it's something to look into.
Why?
Yeah, ask the question why, Jeffrey.
Has Antigua and Barbuda sent aid to Jamaica?
But Jeffrey, you can't expect certain. No, but certain countries. But there are certain countries. Jeffrey, we can't afford to send because they have to take care of their people.
Then so is China.
But China leading the economy.
Well, if China feel as if they must help Jamaica, we can't force them to help Jamaica.
So we can't force them, but they have a lot of hands in Jamaica.
All right, my
and
friend.
feet.
I gotta run.
But look into the body bag situation.
All right, man. Cool.
Mhm.
The number to call is 954-529-8030. I want to play a video here till the next call coming. 954. Oh, this call was calling me. Let me call about this person here. The number to call into the program is 954-529-8030. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. You're live. You're calling.
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Jeffrey?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Boy, I tell you, I don't even know what to say at this point with what is happening with the Jamaicans who are unfortunate to have found themselves in the situation that they are in, no fault of their own. You think Andrew Holness care anything about poor people, sir?
Those, that's a very good question, because if you have persons all the way from the Cayman Islands calling me privately and begging, literally asking me to do something, to send out an alert that you can't have dead people living amongst the dead. It cannot work. Listen to me. What the people of Jamaica fail to understand. I am no medical person. Never go to medical school. But I watch a medical doctor for many years. I watch and I learn some things from him. He called me this evening and he said if they don't move the people from where they are, an outbreak of disease gonna happen.
Of course, it's going to happen.
There's a humanitarian crisis awaiting to happen, are gonna happen in Jamaica. If
But this, Mr. Jeffrey,
you know what?
this, Mr. Jeffrey, should show all Jamaicans, any part of the world, those who are here, whatever affiliation to whatever party, that Andrew Holness is a worthless, good-for-nothing man. You know what he's doing now? He's setting up those committees, to see how they can snatch off the money, to save it, to do for them private business. Whether to buy election again or whatever they do with it. Andrew is not interested in helping the people. Why can't he move it? We have Trelawney multi-purpose stadium. We have the National Stadium where Babsy she plan to go have concert. You see the people are insensitive, sir?
The Jamaican
people from St. Elizabeth.
All of Jamaica, those who was never affected by this hurricane, should never go to the National Stadium go sit down. But not go no concert.
What a slackness. I wonder if the world not hearing them.
Is asking that certain minister who collect the diaspora money, because many Jamaicans up here now have nowhere to live and have to claim what to make ends meet and 3 jobs. And this certain minister collect how much thousands of dollars of US currency, put in a bag and carry go to Jamaica. I want to go down there.
But they should lock her up.
We were told
they should lock her up. They should lock her up. Me know how they should lock her up. She should rot in prison. That is US dollars where she collect on US soil. They should lock up that woman. They are not interested in people because those persons should be evacuated long time. The field hospital should be set up where they can feed them and clothe them until they tidy up the garbage in the communities. What a set of people.
In which modern democracy you can see a crisis happening in the country and you do nothing to evacuate the people? Huh? When you fly on a helicopter and shaking people's hand?
And hugging up. Then you're denying the opposition leader. The opposition leader, the constitutionally elected opposition leader, part of the government. You're denying him an helicopter so he can't do anything. So it seems as though it's a political game you're playing.
You know something?
So God vexed with Andrew Holness too. God Almighty right now.
You know something?
He's upset with Andrew Holness. Yes, Mr.
When
Judge.
I heard that somebody called me and pinched me, and said, Jeffrey, the opposition leader have asked for a helicopter, and no, he don't get an answer. So I said he was denied the helicopter. The person said, Jeffrey, whatever you want, put it as. So I came out with it, And when I came out with it, somebody from within the belly of the People's National Party called me and said, no, not Mr. the top tell lie. Sitting go so.
Okay.
The next Saturday morning, I saw Mr. Golden going in one of the taxpayers' helicopters that the taxpayer people buy and Andrew buy. The American government, the congressmen and congresswomen in America, this is the time for you all to look into Jamaica. The Cayman Islands government, do not send one more red cent to this administration. Because the burial.
But Mr. Jeffrey,
hold on for me, ma'am.
Where is go ahead.
Money that was given to the people for burial. Until now, the people of St. Elizabeth don't get no money. When you hear Madam Babs in the top one and a half concert, before the Prime Minister put this country on 3 days of fasting and prayer.
Oh God.
You want a concert?
Jesus help. But it's not only burial alone, sir. Remember the COVID money too, where Andrew invest in our own charity. The charity money, he invest it. What a man worthless. I wonder if the world is looking in and hearing how Andrew Holness is worthless and conniving and disrespectful to the people of Jamaica. Where is ADPEM and the other bodies that needs to be around the country doing what Andrew Holness is doing within only for PR? And every minute a press conference for what?
And the press conference make no sense.
No sense.
No sense, however.
It's a way of promoting themselves.
There's 2 videos I want to play, 3 videos. I want to play this video first. Zalika Jess of somewhere, I think it was Eastern St. Elizabeth. Listen to what the lady says. Member of Parliament, listen to what she said.
Will actually make some allocation available to members of Parliament in the affected constituencies. I am calling on the government to include the members of Parliament, to engage with us, and very importantly, to empower us to help the people who are depending on us because they don't have the numbers for the government ministers. They have the numbers for their members of Parliament, and they're reaching out and begging and crying out for help. I'm asking that the government consider making an allocation, particularly to the members of Parliament in the deeply affected communities, constituencies, where it's not just a case of clearing the roadways, it's a case of actually engaging professionals who can fill the gaps and the craters and make a way where there is no way, even if it is just on a temporary basis.
You know what happened? You know why members of Parliament can't get no money? $3 trillion of taxpayers' money is accountable for. $1.4 billion to buy some only double-rated bus. How much billion dollars spent to buy vote in this country? The government of Jamaica is broke. I mean broke. They have no money to assist the people of the country.
That's for sure. They're nasty because they are broken. Yes, they use so much money they did to buy election. You see, they're nasty by any means necessary. No? Desmond said they will never surrender. And when he said that never, it came from right down them toes, not only in belly. When he said never, it means by any means necessary. So they would spend the last cent of Jamaican money to buy vote to make sure that PNP don't get into power.
I'm going to say something on the program here now. And I know if my wife is watching, she don't tell me I shouldn't say it. But Lord, if I sin, forgive me. Why Hurricane Melissa never stay in Kingston over Jamaica House, Garden House, King's House?
I'm tired of saying it. I'm tired of saying it is true. Upper Andrew Mansion, when can account for the money when you use bill it. I hope the world is listening and watching in and see what is happening in Jamaica. You have the dead now living among the living, right? And Andrew Holness flying up and down and greeting the people in Shillani who voted for him and the people in St. Elizabeth who voted for him and hugging and keeping press conference, right? And the help is out there. People are willing to help, but not even 1 red cent must go in Andrew Holness and our ministers. It must go directly into the community. We need groups in the community who will administer those funds and whatever is being sent and make sure that the people benefit.
I get to understand that a well-known congressman in the United States has been watching this program here.
Yes, man, they will watch it all over the world.
And the news that came to me is from a credible source.
Mm-hmm.
But a well-known congressman in the United States has been watching the Mek Wi Talk program.
Yes, man.
And the
you think it's because they don't know Andrew?
The good lady told the congressman also to start watching Rattigan's program and others. Then he will know what is really going on. Because he said,
Amen.
He said to the person, I never know that this was going on in Jamaica. The lady said to him, you need to watch more of these programs.
Of course. Because Andrew is there pretending. I mean, also the world know him. They are just watching him and giving him the length of the rope. Because everybody knows Andrew Holness. I don't know who no know Andrew Holness. When you see Andrew Holness stole the election, bought the election, and when you see the Caribbean community never even reach out with a hearty congratulations for that man, then you know that people know what is happening. Let him continue because Andrew is going to get to the end of the rope one day very soon. Remember, I tell you that.
All right, my darling.
Take care of yourself first and thanks for everything. You just keep shining the light. Because a lot of people are in darkness. A lot of people are in darkness. Yeah, blessings upon you.
Thank you very much. The number to call is 954-529-8030. But until you come on, until somebody is calling, I want to play this video here. Oh, I don't know why the things are so low tonight. What's going on here? Let me play this here. I hope this is loud.
Let me paint a picture for you, for everybody who don't know what's really happening. So all of us are trying to get food and supplies to pretty much 3 to 4 parishes. St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, and St. James. Well, and Trelawney. Yeah? But then there are persons in St. Mary too. So pretty much 6 or 7 parishes that are that have areas where people are trapped. People are completely trapped from Tuesday. Today's Saturday. Yeah? The people who are trapped are people who are surrounded by dead bodies. A whole lot of dead bodies. You have seen the videos yourself, so you know it's not we making this thing up. I could say something to you. Why don't you ask the JDF soldiers who flew over the area what they have seen? You know why I said that? I got intel from persons who were on the operation of flying around. And the things that they have seen cannot be spoken of. It has left them traumatized. Why the hell? Why the hell are we bringing supplies to a set of people who needs to be evacuated from an area where they are surrounded by dead bodies and dead animals? They're surrounded by debris. There's no house. There's nothing. It's now night time. There's no electricity. So you know it's darkness. And they're hungry. Really hungry. And people who are making phone calls and doing all kind of shit. It's Saturday. It's freaking Saturday. We have a national stadium, we have a national arena, and we have hotels. When the COVID period came, there were hotels that the government actually took a hold of and got people who needed to be quarantined in hotels. For the love of God, Andrew Holness, the power in a phone on. There are Jamaicans that are every single minute are dying, like dying of hunger. No water. Some people not drink no water from Tuesday. Hold on, let me just. There are people who, I got a call this evening from a friend of mine, well, one of my investors, and he's in St. James. And when he called me, he said, we said we're okay. He said we're okay. He said we made it, we're alive. How he spoke to me, because I didn't know it, I didn't even know who it was, because I didn't have that number. I don't know where he got it, but it's when he told me who he was. I'm gonna say Odin, his name is Odin Scarlett. Yeah? And he said that we're at a school or high school and we just get a little charge and stuff. And he said that there's 19 dead bodies in just his little area. Him said 19 him count. Jamaica and to the rest of the world, we have to evacuate every single person that we're seeing alive and seeing videos of. We have to evacuate, meaning the helicopters that are here, the big helicopter, please, for the love of God, don't just carry food and drop it, give them like them a dog or a puss or a drunk. Can we take our brothers and our sisters to the national stadium, the national arena? No. No. There needs to be an evacuation. The helicopters have big flashlights. Take up the citizens. You cannot be opening school next week while this is happening. We're not exaggerating. If member of parliaments from areas can come and tell it for themselves, Dayton Campbell and others and other people who have seen, the videos are coming out where the people are telling us the entire area stink of dead animals and people. There are people who are submerged underwater. Possibly some lie down for outstop. In the sun at today, night, catch them out there. I beg, I pray to God, somebody find them. There are communities that we're getting 1 or 2 words out of, where them cut off from everything. Cut off. We need to do evacuation to get the people them at a central location. Everybody. The stadium, the national arena, it can hold them, or hotels. Get them to a central point where we can aid our brothers and sisters. No! Jamaicans, can you please, for the love of God, all of us, go out into the friggin' street. Andrew, I don't want us to go out into the streets because it's going to be ugly. At this point, it's going to be ugly. Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, please, you do not have any good advisors around you. It is not rocket science. We cannot be bringing food to give to people who don't have no house. Who not talk about tarpaulin. You know what is tarpaulin under the sun at? There are labor rights that are dying. There are PNP personnel that are dying. Independents are dying. There are children who are dying by the minute, like literal minute. There are communities that are cut off, that are not in the town centers of these places, like small little communities that are, we know nothing of these people. They are going to die. They are dying as we speak. And some of you don't want to hear it, and you think that is we're talking about doom and gloom. We're talking about the 1 or 2 people who get information out to us who them trust. Then call we. To make we who them trust with the information to give to the broader public. Right now as we speak, there are people at parties here in Jamaica who don't have light, who don't have internet, who life is okay, and I drive on a nice, pretty cars and not outraged by the fact that there are hundreds. I'm not asking. There are hundreds of Jamaicans that are presumably dead. I spoke to a young lady who was by PriceMart today with me, who went down there yesterday. She said that it is the stench that greeted them. We need all the counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists and social workers who could meet us at that central location with us evacuating every single life. Every single life in these communities. Take them up. Take them up. It's a matter of national security at this point. It's a humanitarian emergency. I wish to God there's more that I could do. Tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., we are bringing hundreds of packages. Myself and Andre Stevens and his team. I went by the by his place today, and you all saw the video. Packages on top of packages, and I said to them, the people needs the packages, but why are we bringing packages and leave it to our brothers and sisters and tell them good night? We'll bring it, go get them now. Look at something I want red bag. There's nowhere to eat. There's nowhere to sleep. We're bringing toilet tissue. There's no toilet. There are people who have not showered. Them not bathed from possibly Monday. It's now Saturday. Not teeth, not brush. They are babies. They are elderly. Can we please evacuate the people, please? No. Andrew, no. So let me paint a picture for you, for everybody who don't know what's really happening.
There you have it, my fellow Jamaicans. This video was sent, I know this young man here, but this video was sent to me from an individual in the Cayman Islands who's a medical doctor. I won't call his name. Like a father to me. And listening to this young man here tonight, when I watch the videos coming out of Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, I cried. I cried for my country and my countrymen and women. Children, little boys and little girls. When these politicians are begging for your vote, Andrew wants to take off his shoes and walk hills and valleys and rivers. And now, this nation is facing one of the biggest crises known in the history of this country. And there is no one to help us. Jamaica is faced with a crisis. What was and what will? What was on the mind of all of us as the wind and the rain rovers through the island of Jamaica, turning to hungry and homeless and heartbroken people? In the part of St. Elizabeth, the residents are sleeping in schools, some in churches. But now, where are the shelters? in Westmoreland, mothers are cleaning up for hours, hoping for food and packages. As you hear now, there is no way for them to sleep. Some of them haven't been in bed for how many days? But our politicians are able to go into government houses or their own private houses or rented apartments paid for the taxpayers of this country, by the taxpayers of this country. Christopher Tufton, Andrew Holness, Daryl Vaz, Desmond McKenzie, Dana Morris Dixon, Juliet Holness, Matthew Samuda, Pernell Charles Jr. All of them can go into their house if the house is not damaged, or they have the ability to go and rent somewhere at a hotel, and the taxpayers of this country pay for it. They can go and take a cold shower or hot shower. No mosquito biting them because they're in air condition. No mosquito will touch them because they are in air condition. While our people is left out in the element, only protected by the God above. At 1 a.m. in the morning, the Prime Minister of this country was up and down with motorcade, knocking up people to vote for them. Where are they now? Where are our leaders of this country who believe that our people are nothing to them now? But every 5 years, they use how much billions of dollars to run an election. And now, right now, more than ever, the people of this country need a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Right now, the people of this country need a leader who cares, a leader with compassion, a leader with a heart. Is the Prime Minister that person? Is the Prime Minister of Jamaica that person? Is the politicians of this country that person? Where is the unity, Prime Minister Holness? Where is the unity, umbrella group of churches? Where is the unity, the Jamaica Council of Churches? Our people are living amongst the dead. A humanitarian crisis looming in Western Jamaica. The People's National Party leave out of recovery committee. But yet, nothing will be done, because they don't regard us as how they regard us during election time. But as what this young man said, we must ask and we must make it be known to the international community that Jamaica is looming on a humanitarian crisis. The Prime Minister of this country must evacuate the people who are affected with this hurricane from St. Elizabeth to Hanover to Westmoreland. Evacuate them now and deal with that area. $3 trillion of taxpayers' money accountable for. We need it now. $1.4 billion Daryl Vaz used to buy some old dilapidated buses. We need that money now. And I can go on and on. Jamaica. A humanitarian crisis is looming in Western Jamaica. They're waiting for all of us to die. But as long as we have breath in our lives, in our body, we the people must not give up. We the people must rally around a single cause and a single purpose to help our brothers and sisters back home. We the people, we the Jamaican people, not about PNP or JLP. Good night, Mek Wi Talk here live.
Good night, Mr. Jeffrey.
Good night, ma'am.
Mr. Jeffrey,
Yes, ma'am.
if there's no other time and your oldness, if you don't help the people with the trillions and billions of dollars that is donated to Jamaica, he won't get away this time. And the international bodies must realize that Jamaica is in crisis and they have donated money, cash and kind, and the people are suffering. How can this be? What kind of government is this? When he needed the vote, up in a night, him a walk and knock down people door. They need you now. Stop divide Jamaica and your oldness. This is not politics now. This is Jamaica itself in crisis. What kind of heart you have, man? Eh? Come on. Babsy Grange, what kind of concert you talk about? Because you don't want to use the money all by yourself. How can they form a committee and the opposition is a part of government and there are no representative is on that body? What can go like that? What are you hiding, Andrew Oldness? What are you hiding? You're going to be in damn trouble. I'm telling you, you are being looked on right now. You so much white people down there interviewing people. And of course, people who do not send no more money come get Andrew Oldness. Don't. Find honest people who can be dependent on and send the money to them. They are people. They are people that the money can come through, other than Andrew Oldness, Jamaica.gov. We don't hold on for the money for. The people is in crisis. They might drink dirty water. Children are there. Sick people. I'm watching something a while ago, the lady saw her finger cut off. She's showing the lady, the white lady, interviewing her. She have diabetes. Not even her medication she have. What's going on? This is sinful. This is wickedness. Now it is a proof, a coming Jeffrey and stay long, that they have always been taking donorship money. This is the proof right now.
You know something to call up? You sit here day after day and videos coming from, because I'm on so much group, it's unbelievable in Jamaica, and I'm not in Jamaica. People put me on some group and him know who's on the group. But anyway, and you see all of these videos coming in. You ask yourself the question, how does the politician sleep at night? knowing that the same people who they claim that they love, according to Desmond McKenzie, the Jamaican people, Desmond McKenzie, the Jamaican people need your help. The Jamaican people, Desmond McKenzie, is sleeping out in the cold. Desmond McKenzie, the Jamaican people is sleeping amongst dead people, dead bodies in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. The Jamaican people, Desmond McKenzie, who you claim that you will never surrender to the People's National Party. The Jamaican people, Desmond McKenzie, is drinking dirty water while you and your family drinking sparkling water. Desmond McKenzie,
Jesus.
the Jamaican people right now, Desmond McKenzie, is in the element where mosquitoes are biting them while you and your family is in the coziness of your house, Desmond McKenzie. The Jamaican people, Andrew Holness, is sleeping out in the element while you and your wife and your mother and everybody else is in the upper St. Andrew Vumva house. While our people suffers. Huh?
Suffering.
This is the country that you all claim to love.
I don't understand how he Andrew Olesen put Vaz on committee. A criminal like that, I say it again, a criminal like that, with a bus situation, $1.4 billion. And you can't put a representative from the PNP who is honest. How come? How come, Andrew Olesen? You forget that you're all innocent 10?
That's all you know, caller. The Prime Minister don't put anybody from civil society. I am being told that tomorrow he has an announcement to make in the Parliament. So we want to see what he's going to make in the Parliament tomorrow.
And PNP, if it no suit to no walk out on him.
No.
If it no suit to no walk out.
No.
Look here, man.
What the PNP must do, if they're not allowed to speak, stand up in the Parliament. Everyone will stand up and make noise in there. Create ruckus.
I know sit down.
Don't walk
stand
out.
up in there and cause bind in there. Them a boy like them alone a government. Excuse me? Mr. Andrew Wallace, you soon get your karma. The amount of I water they pay you when I see the people cry for help. Oh God Almighty. You must suffer. International bodies are open and look on.
Yes.
Are open and looking on.
All right, my darling.
The money for money gone down there, no Jeffrey.
Yes,
money, you know. I never knew such Jamaica is love like that.
Let's start coming in. Thanks very much. All
right. Okay.
Good night. Mek Wi Talk, you're live.
Yes, sir. Good night. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I was listening to your program and hear about this catastrophe that took place in Jamaica.
So aren't you aware? Aren't you of the hurricane, sir?
I'm sorry?
Aren't you aware of the hurricane?
Yes, I'm aware.
So okay, you're saying listen to my program, you're just saying about the sadness in Jamaica.
Yes, yeah. I hear you discussing it. You're talking with it you know. And it's very sad that you guys bringing in politics in this.
Who bringing politics in what?
You bringing in politics in this and try to tearing down the Prime Minister.
Let me make something clear to you now.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't come and tell me bring politics into anything. Are you on the ground in Jamaica so what is going on?
No, I'm not there,
shut
but my family are there. My friends and family are there.
But I have family who live in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth who are dying for hunger. Can't get any food, so don't come with that damn nonsense here with me tonight.
Look here, it's just like 1 week now since.
You're telling me 1 week now since hurricane happened. So the people must die for hunger. Don't call about this program. Don't want to tell the program. You know, come and tell me damn nonsense. It's dear to my heart. I have people who don't have any food to eat, don't have any water. You know, come and tell me this damn nonsense about moving politics into anything. Among the Jamaicans who are living amongst dead people in Westmoreland. You live in an air-conditioned house here in Florida, so shut them out. The amount of Jamaicans right now have nowhere to live. But you don't tell me about now, oh, it's just 3 days since the hurricane happened. So who the hell cares when the hurricane happened? Huh? Does Jamaica be like the United States? Good night, Mek Wi Talk here live. Okay, live. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, turn your TV
Hey.
on and speak to me, please.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me tell you what should be happening. I'm calling from the States. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what should be happening. Since these Jamaicans are talking about they care about each other, you know what should be happening? Jamaicans, the people in Kingston and St. Andrew who are not really affected, they should be going down to these places and grabbing some of these people and taking them back with them in Kingston, putting them up in their homes
Exactly,
as Jamaicans, getting them cleaned up and show some empathy. Enough talking. There's no time to be talking. Up here, I'm in Orlando, Florida, okay? And I'm seeing all of this stuff. There's no time for this nonsense. People, I see people, WhatsApp boss and all these people talking about they're going to take food down there. How can you take food to people and then leave them, bro? You got to grab these people living in squalor, bro. And you're all Jamaicans and you're doing okay. Help your own brother. You live in a house, you have maybe 2 people in the house. Invite someone else in who is in this thing. You understand what I'm saying? Up by someone was mentioning something about the stadium up by Jamaica House. The Prime Minister should put some tents up there with facilities for the people to come and put it up there, put them in Jamaica House, put them in these places and in hotels, take them out of Westmoreland. They're living in, people are gonna die, bro. These people are crazy. They have no contingency plan. All they're talking about is calling and talking politics. This is not time for political speech.
Don't tell me about no. I am bringing in politics.
This is the problem, bro. These people, they sit in the Go
Prime
ahead.
Minister, sir, flew into
Yeah.
a JDF helicopter.
I saw it on television. He went down to a police station giving out some kind of generator. That's nonsense, bro. What he should be doing is having, don't they have a contingency plan for hurricanes and these things? They should.
Not for the Jamaican people, sir. For themselves. To fly out and leave us, people dead.
I understand, but he lives in a nice house. Why don't he take some of those people from down there and put in his house and clean them up? That's what he should be doing, helping the people, each person in Kingston and St. Andrew, these people who are not affected. They should take someone and help them, bro.
What the Prime Minister should do, sir, is open up the national arena, the
Yeah,
national stadium,
exactly.
Put
Exactly.
some, let the JDF and the Americans, they put some tent, put a communication
Exactly.
depot.
And take as many people as you can from the areas that are afflicted. Don't take people from Kingston who might have, minor damage. Take the people from Westmoreland, Sablamar, St. Elizabeth. Take them out of that situation. I'm telling you, people are going to start scavenging. They're going to start eating dead people because they have nothing to eat.
And same way you can fly into a helicopter and land. Why didn't you get another JDF helicopter and land same place so don't get the people some food?
That's what I'm saying. That's what needs to be done. They have to take the sick and elderly out of the situation.
away from it.
Jamaica, the Prime Minister declared Jamaica national disaster area. The Prime Minister
I
has
know.
the authority to commandeer a hotel.
Exactly.
The
All
Prime
these
Minister
places in
of
Kingston and Jamaica. And the
has-
point is, Jamaicans are not understanding what's happening. They're not really caring for each other, you know. They're just talking. They should demand in Kingston, people should stop going to work, park their cars, start demanding on the street, walking on the streets up to Jamaica House, demanding that what you just said, the Prime Minister say to all these hotels making all this money, guess what, brother? People, whatever cost you incur, the government is going to reimburse you. We're not going to take any of these people. We're going to bring these people who are afflicted, we're going to put them here until the areas that they live in is habitable. You understand what I'm saying? And this is going to take a while. And he should be down there telling the people, first of all, guess what? If there are any expenses you incur right now, keep your receipts because we're going to reimburse you. Give them some hope. People have nothing, and people.
They can't buy no money to buy anything, sir.
No, I understand. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. Yes. They should take the people out, like you said, and bring them into Kingston in these hotels, these places that are habitable, in the embassy, everywhere. Just bring them in.
Yes.
And
thank you for calling. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good.
Good night. Mek Wi Talk your line.
Good night, Jeffrey. How are you doing?
How are you doing, man?
Not too bad, not too good. I have a few questions. I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer, but I'll post them to you anyway. First and foremost, you know, our heart goes out to our brothers and sisters, you know, in the west end of the island. And we'll do whatever we can from this end to assist and help as best as possible. Now, I remember just before the storm hit, I don't remember the ministry of the lady that is responsible for information, whatever her name is. They came out.
Her name is
Yes.
Dr. Dana Maris Dixon.
Right. I remember they came out and was knocking the vloggers. Don't listen to these vloggers, what they're saying. Make sure you listen to the reputable information that they'll be that they'll be announcing and JIS, whatever the case is. Now, Jeffrey, without these vloggers that is on the ground in these affected areas, would the world or Jamaicans, both yard and abroad, would we be aware of some of the dire conditions?
But not only that, sir. If the United States media houses was not in Jamaica, who was the ability to drive up and down and beam live to show what is going on, you think we would know anything, sir? apart from the few bloggers we have in Jamaica?
Thank you. So,
apart from Andre Stevenson, who, by the way, Andre is doing a great job.
As always, I commend him.
A great job that young man is doing. And I lift my hat
commend
to him.
him.
But if Andre wasn't down here to do that, dog nyam we suffer.
I tell you. No, the Prime Minister, isn't he the Minister of Defense?
Yes, he's the Minister of Defense.
Okay.
And the leader of the opposition is the deputy, is the opposition first person on defense.
Okay, so with what I'm seeing, the hurricane has passed, and I haven't seen not one vlog, not one media outlet with any heavy equipment from Jamaica Defense Force or any Jamaica Defense Force boots on the ground. What is going on, Jeffrey?
No, man, they're on the ground. Don't get me wrong. The JDF is on the ground in St. Elizabeth and I think in Westmoreland. But mainly in St. Elizabeth. They're on the ground in St. Elizabeth that I see so far. The JDF is on the ground down there. I'm not going to lie about that. But what we are saying is this. The same way the Prime Minister of Jamaica, along with Daryl Vaz and brothers, can fly around on helicopters. Why is it taking so long for the people to get aid to them? The
But
people
Jeffrey,
that need aid.
But we all know that's a PR stunt, Jeffrey. That is just strictly PR. The same way the Prime Minister face can be on the website asking for help and donation. We know it's just a PR stunt.
So why didn't they put a picture of the people of St. Elizabeth, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney on the website? Why the Prime Minister?
Okay, you want me to give you the answer to that? Andrew Holness doesn't care about Jamaicans and the Jamaican people, Jeffrey.
Well,
it's high time people call a spade and really understand what is going on in our beloved country of Jamaica.
I don't know if you had on this program before, on this program when I said this. There's a lady that I know. I call her my mother. She went to a church in Lawrence Tavern in Upper St. Andrew, Mount Faith Baptist Church. And I was at the church the day in 2018, I think, or 2017. I don't remember. Either 2017, 2019. I can't remember when. She went into the church and she said, she got into the spirit leading her.
Right.
Talking to her. The lady said, something is about to happen in this country. The blind can see it, the deaf can hear it. Jamaica has been getting warning upon warning upon warning. God sent Jonah to warn the people of Nineveh. Jamaica didn't take heed. 2 times now a hurricane hit St. Elizabeth. It's a warning to this country. Burial hit. No Marissa come and hit it and mash it up. Jamaicans, it is a warning to all of us. And before Babsy Grange decided to have a national day of prayer, giving God thanks for sparing this country, could have mashed up this country worse. No. All she think about is money. You, Babsy Grange, are on the campaign that there's money in the kitty. There's money in the kitty. You mustn't worry about it. We have money. The national disaster come down and begging. I'm telling you something, on a ramping with God, Andrew Holness and Babsy Grange, on a ramping with Almighty God. Be careful what you do with the poor people in this country.
It is sad. And like I said, there's this song, Rise Up, Rise and Take a Stand. And you said something a while back, and I've always been listening to Dr. Dayton Campbell, and they talk about food security. Food security. The time is coming, and I pray it not get to that point. Them say a hungry man is an angry man in a Jeffrey. And when me not have no food, and me think say you have something at your yard, and me want it because me hungry. By all means, me I come feed in a Jeffrey. And that's where it is heading. When people are hungry and have nothing to eat, what do you think them are going to turn to?
What a woe situation. What a woe. I say,
let us keep on hoping and praying. There's a lot of prayer warriors out there and always praying over the island of Jamaica, you know what I mean? But guess what? Prayer is everything, but prayer is just a part of the bigger picture. Prayer is everything, Jeffrey, but prayer is just a part of the bigger picture because leaders are there to lead. But what I find for the longest with a lot of these politicians, they have the entitlement. Okay, I'm here, so you do as I say. I remember before the hurricane and the sitting of the parliament, don't remember that gentleman is from the opposition side. asking a question, and I can hear it in my head. Member! Like you're a child.
Say it again,
And,
no man. You cut off the too quick.
you know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa.
Say it again, no man.
Member! just like that. You know what I'm saying?
What a thing this country come to.
I tell you.
Mrs. Holness running the parliament of Jamaica said she's running her house at Beverly Hills.
It is. You always said there's scenarios and situations that has arise last year, the year before, from the corruption and all of that going on and stuff, and you always say it's a study. Now, Jeffrey, the hospital that ballooned to how much $1 billion that has still not been completed. Now we have a hospital in Black River.
Hello.
What is going to happen?
Hold on there. The Black River Hospital gone like a Sammy mouth.
That's what I'm saying.
Salomon Hospital hit shaky. Hit the go to. The Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy, Hanover, hit gone. Huh? 3 hospitals. Not to mention the one in Trelawney or Falmouth. Mash up and gone. And you're telling me that Dr. Tufton is presiding over a health sector that is not in crisis?
But Jeffrey, also remember the Honorable Minister said money is not a problem. Remember I said that, and that's on record.
So if money is not a problem, why is it taking so long for them to take some money from the health sector, some money from the agricultural sector, some of Daryl Vaz 1-point-something billion when you take away if you go buy a bus, something from all over the place, and remove the people from St. Smith and Westmoreland, evacuate them.
But Jeffrey,
and don't come and tell the nation in the parliament tomorrow, Mr. Prime Minister, but there's no need to evacuate the people. You're in your house at Beverly Hills right now. All right, yeah, Jamaica House, sit down the chat.
But how is he going to do that when the pocket, all the money?
Prime Minister, sir. The Prime Minister, sir. Jamaica, he signed a declaration that Jamaica is a disaster area. The Prime Minister of the country, sir, can commandeer a hotel. The Act gave him that power to do so, sir. It is on Jamaican side. It doesn't matter who it belongs to. It's a natural emergency. It's a national disaster. It's an emergency. The Prime Minister have the authority. Unless somebody can come and tell me different. The Prime Minister have the authority to commandeer the Jamaica Pegasus, the Hilton, Sandals Negril, Sandals White House, the Spanish Court Hotel, anyone.
But that doesn't benefit them, and it's not in their interest to do that, Jeffrey. So why is he going to do that? People have to dead so them can end up make more money, you know. Them friends can end up get more bodies in the morgue, you know. But I tell you, there's this movie that I tend to watch sometimes, even though it's fictional. Walking Dead. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie.
Yes.
Walking Dead. I'm going to leave it right there and listen for a few more calls, Jeffrey. Have a good one.
Thank you very much for calling in, my friend. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Let me say something on this platform here tonight. The Prime Minister of Jamaica has signed a declaration that Jamaica is a disaster area. The Prime Minister of Jamaica has the authority to commandeer any hotel and evacuate the people from St. Elizabeth or from Westmoreland. Both parishes put them into a hotel. and do something after that when everything done with. The Prime Minister have the authority to do so. What the Prime Minister need to do also, when you see some container houses that Elon must build, very nice house. I'm not living in one of them right now. If I had the money, I'd buy 3 of them. So go to Jamaica. Because those container houses come well equipped. Installation and everything in the hot. It's cool. And I like the one in Matalan Bill Portmore. Because Matalan Bill so container house of Portmore is the wickedest thing I've ever seen in my life. The Prime Minister of the country has the authority to accommodate any hotel and put up our people. But this is what our people is subjected to. These people. I have one more video to play where the Prime Minister of the country refused to name a committee that involves the opposition. And I want you to listen to what opposition leader Mark Golding said at a press conference. What is going on here? Hold on for me, please. I want you to listen to what opposition leader Mr. Golding said. Okay. Just a moment here, please. There's something going on with this system here. Let me go back to this. Here we go.
That he should establish a broad-based effort, the relief coming in, how it is dealt with, how it is distributed, not to manage that process on a day-to-day basis, but to provide oversight to those who are managing it. So there's some accountability for how it's done, and that accountability is being held by a broad-based group that can enjoy the support and confidence of the whole society, especially those who are suffering terribly now and no doubt fear that they may not be treated fairly or they may be ignored or overlooked in the response of the state to the crisis. I also think there needs to be a clear command structure for the actual day-to-day management of the response to the relief. And that should be led, in my opinion, by professionals in disaster management, not by politicians who do not know the ins and outs of responding to a disaster of this magnitude. And we should not be shy of seeking international support and help from persons who have career expertise and experience in this regard. Thirdly, we're going to need a Marshall Plan, a well-funded, broad-based plan for the rebuilding and reconstruction of large swathes of Jamaica which have been ravaged by this hurricane. That plan cannot be developed today, but it is vital that we prepare such a plan and that it have the inputs of persons who have the necessary skills and experience and knowledge to design a comprehensive, workable plan that can be executed efficiently and that can have the confidence of our international partners we are going to rely on heavily to provide the financial support for this. And in terms of more specific recommendations now, I have asked the Prime Minister to make an additional allocation of resources to members of Parliament so that they can mobilize communities and contractors to help with the cleaning up of communities that are currently in a state of devastation, clearing roads where necessary, cutting trees and the like. Until that allocation is made, members of Parliament are unable to respond to the needs of the people unless they happen to have some personal resources or access to dealing with it outside of the public system, and many do not have that. I would also say that the process of engaging contractors to do that kind of work should be simplified and made easy for members of parliament, especially in those areas where there's very limited connectivity and where following the normal bureaucratic processes that are required would be very challenging or impossible for members of parliament. If contractors have a TRN, whatever the allocation is, there should be invoices, and those invoices can be submitted, but the work should be able to begin. Secondly, we note and agree with the decision to suspend the imposition of import duties and import GCT on disaster relief items coming into Jamaica. However, we believe that the period for which this has been announced is too short, because the time it takes to mobilize funding and make the necessary procurement abroad, the logistics, etc., of getting it shipped to points on land where they can then be shipped or flown to Jamaica takes some time. And to have it cut off by the end of this month is too short. And it's also not clear from the announcement that was made whether goods in transit to Jamaica will get the benefit, even if they haven't landed here at the time of the expiry of the window. I'm suggesting that we recast that window in a way which is more realistic, given the situation that we face.
Good night, you're live on Mek Wi Talk.
Yeah, sir.
Good night, Mr. Rattigan. You're live on the program, sir.
Yeah, man. There's a call to apologize because we have two clients away.
That's all right. Like I have you on, just give me 2 minutes of your views on what is going on in the recovery fund, what is going on in Jamaica. What's your take on it? Where people are still living amongst the dead in Westmoreland and all those places. Do you think that they should evacuate those people, sir?
Well, whenever you have a crisis, these things are going to happen. I can't think of a crisis where everything went 100% perfect, you know. However, my view is that they should have set up a tent city, and just like what you have in some of the refugee camps, a temporary city where they can provide people with hot meals, a roof over their head, a cot to sleep on, sanitary facilities, and then they go in and just do whatever is required to get the neighborhood back on track. But it's hard to do it with people there, and you know, you're gonna have confusion, and that I think is what's going on. That it's just, I see videos of people standing on the roadside begging for water, begging. That shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen, you know. But
All right. The Prime Minister, Mr. Rattigan, has declared Jamaica disaster area.
That's why they should have a tent city.
Right.
Once you declare the place a disaster area, you should set up a tent city. Look, they have stadium. They still have some stadium, right? They have in St. James and elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, they should. That's the first thing they should do. They should just say, okay, all right, I tell you what, let's evacuate the people and get them in one central area, and set up a tent city so that we can feed them, they can shower, they can use the toilet, and can sleep, and at the same time also too, you set up a temporary schooling facility for the children, you know, so that they have something to do. They can continue their learning while in this place. And based on the amount of money and the supplies coming in and the equipment, it shouldn't take them long to do it neighborhood by neighborhood by neighborhood and get people resettled.
Also, Mr. Rattigan, the Prime Minister has declared Jamaica a natural disaster area. The Prime Minister has the ability, sir, or the power to accommodate a hotel. Because
yeah,
Yes, he has the authority to do so, eh?
Because of an emergency, I would suppose, but he'd have to do it in consultation with the private owners. I don't think he can just say, we're taking over your hotel. I think it would have to be in concert with them. So that could be done, but a lot of things could be done. But like I said to you before, you're going to have this kind of thing because it's a crisis, and it's a crisis that they've never experienced. Nevertheless, there are some things that should have been done, but right now, let's just put our put our shoulders together, put our shoulders to the wheel, and just try and get this thing to the point where everybody can feel safe, have a hot meal, the children can continue their studies, and then the government, it's a government problem right now to fix everything that went wrong. Actually, and fix it better.
Also,
So,
Mr. Rattigan, the Minister of Culture, Olivia Babs Grange, is planning a concert in Jamaica, in London, in Canada, all over the globe, a fundraising concert. You think one should be held in Jamaica, sir?
I don't know about that, about this concert business, because I mean, what's the purpose of it? To get money?
Apparently so. They're raising
Well,
funds.
look, I've seen them, people talking about the amount of money going to Jamaica right now. And what I would say to them is that if having a concert is going to get you more money, then fine. The only problem I have with it is the tracking of the funds, because as you know, we have an example of the COVID funding that the diaspora presented to the government of Jamaica, and up to now we still can't get a proper accounting of it. So I have an issue with that, about accountability and transparency when it comes to hard cold cash. So,
And based on all of that, Mr. Rattigan, members of the Jamaican diaspora also is saying that they will not send 1 cent to the support Jamaica, whatever, because they don't trust the Jamaican government.
well, that's their right, and if you don't feel like, there are three main ways of providing support right now. One of them is you send it to the Jamaican government. Two is you send it to a private organization. And three, you get it to your community. And people have I've read and I've heard a lot of people say that they're not sending any money. They're not sending anything to the government. That's their right. Nobody can force you to do that. What I would hope, though, is that the government would say, hey, if you want to send things down here, we're going to have the waiver of customs fees and duties for like 6 months instead of 30 days. Because this problem is going to take years to get, things back on track. And I don't think 30 days, that 30-day period is enough to get for people overseas to, get their containers, get this, get that, and get it to Jamaica in time to address the issue. So I would hope that I'm hoping that the government will reconsider its position and say, all right, you know what, you guys, you can send your containers, send your barrels and whatever, and we'll give you 6 months. I think that's a fair amount of time. But from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, that waiver is going to expire at the end of this month, and I don't think. And Christmas is coming up too, so hurry up the thing. I'm at the people. I'm sending things. Them come.
I heard a journalist this afternoon at the press conference, Mr. Rattigan, at Jamaica House, asking this very important question: how much money has they collected so far in that support Jamaica, that whatever? And the journalist also said that he believed that they should come every time of a press conference, they should tell the nation how much money they collect. The minister said they collect over 700,000 US already, and over how much million Jamaican dollars. My question is this, Mr. Rattigan, to you. Do you think that this money will be spent wisely towards the people who is affected?
I don't know. What I do know is that people need to exert oversight. That's the only way you'll have any kind of assurance that the money is going to go for a worthy cause. Because the Jamaican government has has displayed and exhibited a tendency not to put the money where it's most desperate, where it's desperately needed. We have seen evidence of that. So what I'm saying, and I don't know if in this case they would or wouldn't, but I'm saying to people just to be sure, just what that journalist did. I commend the journalist, and I just said don't stop there. Insist and that we get an accountability of all the monies coming into Jamaica. And just so people know, all the money is coming into Jamaica that's going to the Jamaican government must pass through PIOJ. So that's the first topic. People should start petitioning PIOJ to say, hey, you know, and then they can compare and contrast what the minister is telling them based on, and also what PIOJ is telling them. So they can, because PIOJ might, the minister might be saying one thing and PIOJ is saying something else. So.
But Mr. Rattigan, if they have a website for them to donate, it is not passing through the PSYJ?
Yeah, it's supposed to go, no, when you donate, it is supposed to go through PIOJ. So whatever money they collect on that website, it's supposed to be sent, it's supposed to be funneled through PIOJ to the bank, to the fund. So PIOJ, I would just start with PIOJ. Now, I can tell you that not every penny is going to go through PIOJ, but most of the aid will go through PIOJ.
Do you believe?
So that's where let's start.
Do you believe that the Prime Minister, the government in particular, should be telling the people that they are gonna stop certain people from collecting funds for Jamaica? Like Jamaicans who want to collect funds, you must only go through the office of the Prime Minister to send funds. Do you think that should be, sir? Don't you think that that's a dictatorial way of governing a country, sir?
No, but what was the reason furnished for that?
Well,
why did they say they want that way?
Because they want to have a hand on everything.
Is that what they said?
Well, I'm saying that because they didn't give a reason
why. No, well, we need to find out the reason why. You know, I wouldn't just ignore and then draw conclusions. I would find out from them. The journalists should have asked today, why is it that give us the basis for saying that monies now must be transferred through the government as opposed to through private individuals. I'd want to find out why is it that they're saying that.
And a couple more things before I let you go, Mr. Rattigan. You think that the government has taken too long to give aid to the Jamaican people who's affected with this hurricane in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James? You think they take a long time to bring the aid to them, sir?
When you say take a long time to bring them aid to them, are you saying go ahead?
What I'm saying is this: the government has the capability. They have the JDF. They have the helicopters. The Prime Minister fly one in helicopters every day. Yet people are hungry. Why do you think it's taking a long time for them to bring food and shelter to the people, sir?
Well, you know, it depends on the planning. If they didn't plan for this thing, then this is, these are the things that will happen. If they planned but they didn't have the resources, then that's another thing. So again, that's a question I would ask the Prime Minister and his crew to say, look, this hurricane happened on this date, and then on this date, we still have people hungry, we still have people without resources. Can you please just tell us why and when should we expect these people to get resources? And hear from him what he has to say. Because one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to jump to conclusion and then only to find out that there's a reason behind it. Now, there might not be a reason, but you need to ask that question and let them tell you. Then once they tell you no, then you know. Because one of the things I suspect one of the things people are saying is that only certain areas are being provided resources right now. And that it seems as if those areas are areas that supported the Prime Minister's political party. And if that is the case, all I can say is, the These things are going to happen because think about it. You're not going to find, and we have to be real about these things. You're not going to find any country if the groups that support the political party in power, invariably they're the ones who are going to get the assistance in a crisis. They're going to get the assistance first, unless it would be something like, you know, where the whole country is devastated, but then the plane land in Kingston and then the resources are being shipped to Westmoreland or wherever to take care of a political party. Then that would be egregious. But if it's close by, if all these areas are close by, you're going to have that happen. And all you can hope for is that, and petition the government for, is that, listen, we understand that you're going to send it over there, sir, but you can't send everything over there, sir. You have to send some over here as well. And that's why I support the idea of people trying to assist the communities where they come from. I have no problems with that because don't depend on government to do it, because if you depend on government, you might be disappointed. And we saw where burial, where communities affected by burial, up to now, prior to Melissa, we noticed that some of those communities they never recovered, and then they got hit now with Melissa, and it's worse. So what it is that we just have to get, like somebody sent me something today saying that if we spend time complaining, that means we're not working. We have to get busy holding government accountable. And when you get a chance to ask them the right questions, ask them a full questions. Ask them questions that are well thought out, questions that will force them to give you answers, and questions that will force them to also act appropriately. But the full question thing is a waste of time.
One more thing, and we have to wrap up and allow you to go, Mr. Rattigan. When it comes on to the People's National Party, Mr. Rattigan, left out of every committee that the JLP administrated. Let me rephrase the question. The government has formed some committee, and not one single member of the opposition is on the committee, sir. Your take on that?
That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. And what if I were a member of the opposition, if I were leader of the opposition, what I would have done is the moment I heard that, I got wind of the fact that Melissa was coming, I would have reached out to the Prime Minister privately and said, look, let's get a bipartisan committee and deal with this thing from the perspective of being Jamaicans and not being supporters of any political party. Let's unite for the good of Jamaica. Because when this thing hit, it might hit Jamaica, not going to PNP or JLP. And if the Prime Minister refused, then I would go public and say, folks, we're asked to have a bipartisan committee so we can address this impending catastrophe, and we were rebuffed. And as a result, we are going to form our own committee where we can provide resources and also provide some checks and balance on the government, to make sure that whenever the resources come, if we get it and the resources show up, then, the resources are deployed where they should. That's what I would do. But the idea that, and again, you say this is a question that should be asked of the government. Why is it that, the hurricane hit Jamaica, and here it is that, we're having these committees to address the issues, but we don't have the full government because the opposition is part of government too.
Indeed.
Yeah, so why is it that we don't have the full, we don't have participation by the full government? We only have participation by the majority of the government. Why is it that we're not part of these committees to address these issues in Jamaica? Those are the questions that should be asked at these press conferences. But again, knowing just based on what I know right now, it's not a good look. It's not a good idea to just have members of the ruling party, on these committees. I understand that, yeah, they're the ruling party and they can do whatever they want to do, but it doesn't mean that because you have the right to do you have the right to do whatever you want to do means that it's the right thing to do. And if you're talking about unity, then You know, what is there to say, look, let's get both parties together. And not only both parties, but let's get civil society. Let's get the religious community. Let's get the communities involved. Let's get everybody involved. That's what should happen. But you know, as I'm saying, at Jamaica, so the thing said.
Mr. Rattigan, I gotta let you go, sir. You have any words for your Jamaican people as we go through this trying time in our country, where Jamaicans from all walks of life is crying for this nation of ours? And there is some posts on social media where they said that Jennifer Lopez and other people is giving money. That's not true, because when I Google it, it says nothing like that. A lot of people is putting up all these fake AI things. We have to be careful.
Well, what you do? Well, something like that, what you do is you ask the government and then you ask PIOJ. You know, you can do your Google search, you can do your research as well, but ask it, because if the money came in, it's gonna go through one of those sources. It's gonna go through PIOJ or through the government. Because not everything is gonna come in and go through PIOJ. Most of the stuff coming in will go through PIOJ, but not everything. And my word to the Jamaican people is, don't give up. Stay strong. Prayers are up, and we are behind you 100%. As a matter of fact, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation is working in conjunction with a shipping company, and we're planning to get a 40-foot container.
Yeah.
We're going to make the announcement, the official announcement, I think Wednesday or Saturday. On Saturday, because the gentleman is coming on Saturday.
Right.
And then we're going to talk about the details, because we want to get this 40-foot container down to Jamaica as quickly as possible. And we want it rammed to the rafters. We don't just want to send a half a container, we want to fill it up. And one of the things that we're going to be looking at communities that are not receiving resources, assistance, because what is likely to happen in something like this, the Black River and the Treasure Beach and all those places that were hit real hard, they're going to get a lot of resources, but then you're going to have some communities, up in, rural parts of Jamaica, up in the hills, that probably people will just forget them, and we can't allow that to happen. So we're going to be focused on some of those communities, as well as the ones that got hit really, really bad. But we're going to be focused on the ones that people won't be focusing on. So tune in on Saturday. We'll have more details.
There you have it. Wilfred Rattigan, the son of the soil, the man who hailed from Waterhouse, Jamaica's fearless leader, who continues speaking truth to power, who continue reaching out and helping the Jamaican people. Mr. Rattigan, when that container is full, sir, how is it going to be distributed, sir?
Well, we're going to have, of course, our container is not going to go through the government. I can tell you for sure. It's not going to go through the government. We're going to be working with community leaders, civil society, religious leaders, and we're going to, and people on the ground, community leaders. We're going to identify areas that are in need of resources, but they're not getting the resources, and we're going to try and help those communities first.
There you have it, people. If you want to donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation pertaining to a container, 40-foot container decide to pack with food items and maybe building materials and so forth, then go over to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation now. Donate every little mechamuckle. Donate over there. You know that the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation website is a legitimate website. It's a website that you can trust it. Your money will be spent wisely. You can get a breakdown of how your money is being spent. At the end of the day, this organization has to go through the IRS. Is that so, Mr. Rattigan?
Yes, we'll file our taxes every year. We're not like some organization that collect money on at the table and have to do things in the dark. And another thing is, if you give money to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation for this relief effort, what we plan to do is we plan to come to you and tell you we've collected X amount of dollars, and we are coming to you with a proposal. Like we said, look, here's how we can spend the money, right? And we're going to have a discussion with the donors before we spend the money. So we're not just going to take your money and just spend it as we feel, as we see fit. We're going to involve you in the process, the donors in the process. And we're going to say, look, here are the priorities that we have. And we want to hear from you. What do you think? Should we change the priorities? How the money should be spent and all of that. So this is one of those, this is an organization that is open, it's transparent. We have nothing to hide. And we believe that if you're giving money, you should have a say in where that money is going. Specifically, not just say we're giving money to Jamaica, to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, but we believe that we should have a discussion as to how the money is going to be spent. And therefore, give money to this 501c3 organization, and you can rest assured that your money is going to go where you want it to go, not where other people would like it to go.
Yes.
Simple as that.
There is a person in the chat room, Mr. Rattigan, said, Mr. Rattigan, my church is willing to help pull that container. That person there, you can get in
Outstanding.
contact. They can get in contact with me here at the Mek Wi Talk program, or on Saturday they can watch Mr. Rattigan program and get in contact with him there also. That would be great.
Right. And that's one of the things we're doing. Reaching out to churches, reaching out to civil society, reaching out to all, people from all walks of life, organizations of every stripe. We're reaching out to them and we're saying, look, we have this thing going on, and we would like it. We would like look. I would have liked it to the point where we have so much stuff that we can't fit everything inside of the container. We might have to get another container. That's what I'd like to see, and we send it down. But again, I'm going to reach out to some politicians tomorrow and have them petition the government to extend the period where we can send these containers without incurring cost. Because I think it's nonsensical to have people overseas trying to get things in to help alleviate the suffering in Jamaica, and then they're going to tell us that no, you only have 30 days within which we will waive the cost and the fees and the tariffs, and after that you have to pay. I think that's complete nonsense. So I'm going to talk to some people and see if we can get it moved to like 6 months, because rebuilding Jamaica, and if you notice, I didn't say rebuilding just Western Jamaica, just rebuilding Jamaica, because there are other parts of Jamaica that got touched by Melissa. Yes. Yeah, they got touched by it. So this rebuilding effort is going to take years. So I don't understand why is it that you only given this waiver for 30 days. So I'm going to try and get some explanation as to why it is the way it is, and see if we can change it to make it 6 months.
And people, please go over now and donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. We are packing a container to send to Jamaica. And also, Mr. I'm going to run something by you. Maybe I should do it private. Go ahead.
One quick thing, Jeffrey. People, when you're sending your cash donation, just indicate that it's for relief effort. You can put Melissa's aftermath relief effort, but just indicate that this money you're putting there, you want this money to go towards a relief effort.
Yes, let's put Hurricane Melissa relief effort. That's what they're doing. Just put Hurricane Melissa relief effort. Mr. Rattigan, are you aware of the container houses that they're building now, sir?
No, I'm not aware of them.
I'm going to send you a picture of it. I see one of them going a 2-bedroom going for $3 million Jamaican dollars. And all they need is a piece of land to put it on. It comes well equipped with air conditioned unit. It is well insulated. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just good for you. And I think a lot of people in our country, it's very nice inside. You don't look like a container outside at all. A lot of people in the United States living in them. And
oh yeah.
And I think that Jamaica, from you can get it. It comes, some come with 3-4 bedrooms. It all depends on how much you want, and it comes with with toilet facilities and everything. And just hook it up, dig your whatever, hook it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah. I know about them being built in the United States, and I've seen pictures of how they look inside, and you're absolutely correct. Some of them, when you're sitting inside, you cannot tell that you're inside of a container because it has all the trappings of a regular, a regular house. And in fact, some of them, even from the outside, they fix them up so, they fix them up so nice that you can't, you look and you say, well, it's not a regular house, but it don't look as though a regular container would have looked, when they paint it up and put the awnings and the windows and doors and all this stuff. So,
And apparently what they said that this can withstand a category 5 hurricane. So that's how they say it.
Yeah, and it's a shame that Beryl and the other hurricane and the history of hurricanes in Jamaica didn't teach governments, and I say governments because I'm talking about both parties now, because over the years what we should have had hurricane proof storage facilities and shelters across the island. In fact, what should have happened years ago, they should have had at least one major hurricane proof certified shelter in each county. And then they have smaller ones throughout the counties. So that, and they all should be, that's where you could pre-position all of your supplies. So that you wouldn't have to worry about getting things in because things would be in already. So you wouldn't have to be worried now about getting stuff from Kingston to Westmoreland. You'd have one in Westmoreland already. You'd have a facility that could withstand a category 5 hurricane, and it would have all the supplies inside here. So people could use a toilet, have a nice meal, and sleep. While the government will take care of the destruction outside and rebuild. We've been calling for that for quite some time now, and people they just don't hear. So I'm looking to see if this is going to be an object lesson for them to say, all right, it's time. Let's go ahead now and just build these hurricane-proof, certified facilities. And one last thing, if you notice, people, that the Minister Vaz, I saw him on TV where he said, I think it was CNN, where he said they had 881 shelters. You know what he didn't say, people? He didn't say we have 881 hurricane-proof certified shelters. He didn't say that. He didn't. And so, we have to stop this wordsmithing thing where you say shelter, because shelter could be anything. You have bush shelter. People use trees for shelter from the sun. So this idea when you come out and say we have 881 shelters, people say, wait a minute, hold on. 881 hurricane-proof certified shelters? No. They use schools. In fact, some of the shelters they mash up in Jeffrey.
I know.
Some of the shelters they don't mash up. So it's a joke. It's a joke. But this is not the time for really criticize. It's this time for us to reflect and to act. Is to think about what happened, but spend the time now cleaning up, getting our people back on track. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we need psychological help because people are traumatized. And while we're feeding their bodies, we need to feed their minds. And we're gonna need some social services help. We're gonna need a psychologist, we're gonna need a psychiatrist, we're gonna need people like those around to help us to get back to exceed where we were, to get better than we were. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm hearing from people who they're just getting ready to give up. And we don't know who we are. But this is a tribulation we face. So we just have to deal with it. So it's going to take a lot of people, a lot of talent, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money to get things going. But God willing, all of these things will fall into place and we will be better than before.
Mr. Rattigan, as we wrap up, I got a call this afternoon from a well-known doctor in the Cayman Islands. And he's well known in Jamaica. And he literally called me. You could hear it in his voice. That people have been sending him videos. And he have been seeing it also. Of dead bodies floating Our dead bodies in a house with another person. With the house, the rooftop gone. And he said to me, Jeffrey, do something. Speak out about it. See if something can be done. And from a medical doctor's point of view, he said that they need to evacuate St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. He said, I'm not on the ground down there. But what I see so far coming out of Jamaica, they need to evacuate those areas. And when you hear from overseas, our neighboring sister island, the Cayman Islands, a well-known doctor is speaking that way. You must know, Jamaica is, listen to me, a humanitarian crisis is looming in our country, Mr. Rattigan.
Well, look, they have regularly scheduled press conferences, and that's the place, and that's the time for the journalists to get busy and start asking the questions on behalf of the people. Having said that, you know, we don't really want to level criticism and things like that, because this is a time for us to now come together as one. But you know, the government did. And you know, people, if you know anything about Rattigan, you know, so right now, I try to hold government accountable. I criticize government every single chance we get, but I can't criticize them on getting the word out, because I remember before it got there, they were having like 2 press conferences a day, telling people about impending danger and what they should do. So getting the information out and talking about that, you know, they did that part. Other parts they didn't do, and other parts they didn't do so well. But that's for another day. Let's just put our shoulders to the wheel. Let's unite as one, and let's just get Jamaica back on track. That's the only way to go. You know, we can't retreat. We can't surrender. We can't, you know, we can't abscond from the duty that the duty and the responsibilities in front of us. We can't run from it. We have to just deal with it. And like that doctor said, you know, they should evacuate. Maybe they will. But we don't know what they're doing right now. And that's why, and the only way we're going to find out, we have to ask questions. We have to ask questions. And so my hope again is that these journalists, when they get together with the authorities, that they ask the right questions so people can understand what's going on. And there must be a way to filter out the word to people, so people are not guessing and spelling what's going on. So
I want to say thank you, Wilfred Rattigan, the man who hails from Waterhouse, the man who knows what it's like to
name dirty girl.
Yeah, man, to mix and mingle with the common man. He knows he likes to eat dumpling and butter and dirty girl. In other words, skin mackerel, shake out. That's a man who is believe that he's up there the Vumva on the Vumva. He know he's down with the common man, and he continue to speak. He continue to speak about, or continue speaking for the Jamaican people. Mr. Rattigan, thanks for coming on the program. And remember, people, go over to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and donate. When you donate, please write, I am donating for Hurricane Melissa relief program or whatever. But donate. Donate.
And tell them the website. The website, Jeffrey, is ojldf.net.
Yes.
OJLDF, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
OLJDF.net.
OLJDF.net, yes. All right, sir.
All right, Mr. Rattigan. Call in a bit.
Bless up everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, man. I want to say thanks to Wilfred Rattigan for coming on the program tonight. He was supposed to come on live, but he decided to come on right now. I want to say thanks for him to come on. I want to say good evening to OT. OT said vote for Rattigan at GJDC, and also vote for me there too. But remember to go over to the One Legal Jamaica Defense Foundation and donate. Donate, because they're gonna need listen to me, it don't look good in in Westmoreland or St. Elizabeth, they're gonna need help. And if we have to go down on the ground, we go down on the ground. Good night, Mek Wi Talk. You're live again, Mr. Rattigan.
Yes, Mr. Tavares, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there is an upcoming election, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. All of you people living in the diaspora, there's an election that's coming up, but you need to register to vote. And the registration period started 2 weeks ago, come this Wednesday. It started 2 weeks ago. And it's going to end around the 15th of November. We need you to register because if we had a 501c3 called the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, it would be a remarkable, it would be an outstanding organization. It would be the umbrella organization to provide support to Jamaica. It would streamline all of this. It would be talking to the government in a way that no diaspora organization has ever spoken to the government before. And so it is there to represent you, all of you who live in the diaspora, particularly those, and I'm speaking now to those who live in the Northeast and the Northeast region. We're talking from Vermont all the way down to Virginia, including states like New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia, DC, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. If you live in any of those places, any of those states, you need to consider voting for Rattigan. And here's why. We have people in the diaspora now. Jamaica people are suffering right now in Jamaica, you know. But you have people in the diaspora suffering too, you know. You have people in the diaspora who in a shelter, who are get evicted, who have criminal charges, who have immigration issues, who don't know how to navigate social services to get little help, who homeless, and a diaspora organization is here and it can't help them. It hasn't helped. Part of it is because it is controlled by the government of Jamaica. And I am running to ensure that this organization will become a standalone organization. It will not have any government leadership, any government influence, any government control.
Mek Wi Talk.
No, I can tell you that it has not. I haven't heard a single initiative pushed out by the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council in terms of helping the people of Jamaica right now with supplies or support. And you know why? Because it is not a registered 501c3 organization. They can't collect nothing. And why they can't collect anything? Because it is run by 3 Jamaican officials and 1 puppet appointed by them. That's how they run it. It's 3 Jamaican officials and 1 person appointed by whom? Government officials. Because it says in the terms of reference that when you appoint somebody, it's either them appoint you or the head of the organization, the unregistered organization. That person's word is final, and that person is none other than Minister Terrell. So, people, if you want somebody who's going to provide the leadership that you need, who's going to fight for you, then you need to vote for Rattigan. If you don't need no leadership, and if you don't need any help in the diaspora, if you're fine, ignore my message. I'm not appealing to you. I'm appealing to people, good-natured, kind-hearted people, die-hearted Jamaican who say, listen, we have to get together and unite under a banner as diaspora members. And it cannot be under the leadership of the Jamaican government, regardless of the parties in power. Cannot be like that. Diaspora organization has to be separated, it has to be independent from the Jamaican government. And when it speaks, when it engages the Jamaican government, it engages as equal, not as subordinate, as we are right now. Them can't telling us you have to meet with us and then we have discussions, right? We don't have it. We don't receive instructions. We have discussions. And so I just want to make the people know. I'm wanting to know. I'm talking to some people today. Wanting to know some have to support Jeffrey Tavares because Jeffrey Tavares are running that. So, and Jeffrey Tavares is of the mindset that a diaspora organization should be a standalone organization. And if you believe in that, and if you believe that a diaspora organization should be looking out for diaspora interests as well as interests of the people in Jamaica, then you have to vote for Jeffrey Tavares. If you don't want that, then don't vote for Jeffrey. If you want things the way they are right now with this organization that them claim is a movement, quote unquote, movement, them to move out there. And that will come about them a movement, them to move from here. So we want an organization that is legal, an organization that is dynamic, an organization that is helpful. We don't want people who are going to rub shoulders. We don't want people who are going to rub shoulders with Jamaican officials and go to them fancy cocktail parties and get things thrown at them. We don't want people who unite for themselves. We want people who unite for the people. And so I'm begging you. I'm begging you because we make it clear last time, Jeff. Listen. If me no win, then here's what happened now. Me no want nobody call me and not tell me say I'm in a shelter and they need help or they have an immigration issue. Two immigration things we are dealing with tonight. I'm gonna come on for your program. I want them to have to go on them. And them need little immigration issue, have immigration issues. Them have a little landlord tenant issue. Them have a little this and a little that and a little that, and they need help. Now tell them say, listen, here's what I'm gonna do. In fact, on the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation website, I'm gonna put up the person who win. You're put up for them contact numbers and say, contact that person or anything you need, just contact them. Because at them on the one, so we really should not call upon we. Contact them and make them help you out with the problems them. Meanwhile, we will just go and hold government accountable. So thank you for the time, Jeffrey. And I want to thank everybody for the support. Those of you who have been supporting us through thick and thin, continue to support us because you know in your heart of hearts that we are doing this for the right reasons. We are doing this for noble reasons. We not do this for self. We are doing this for we, not for self. Thank you, sir.
Indeed, Mr. Rattigan. Thank you very much. And they must understand that we need an organization of the people, for the people, and by the people. An organization for the favorite few.
Indeed, sir.
Indeed, Mr.
Not for the not for the champagne party people. All right, sir. Take care of yourself.
Not for those who drink cognac. Good night, Mr. Rattigan. Now we don't want an organization for those who drink cognac. So go to that website now and register. I was put it in the chat room. Register to vote for Jeffrey Tavares and Wilfred Rattigan. Go to the website now. I just put it in the chat room. Go there and register to vote for Jeffrey Tavares and Wilfred Rattigan. All right? I want to say thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of the program. I want to say thanks to Mystic Sensation for coming on. Thanks for Marie. Thanks for all the calls, all the tweets, all those in the chat room, all the students who came on. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. Thanks to me and Jeffrey Tavares, who produced this program tonight. I didn't get any help. I produced it all by myself tonight. I didn't see anybody in the chat room. I didn't see Walking in Divine Purpose tonight. I don't know what happened. I didn't see her. I hope she's okay. I want to say thank you all very much. And let us continue to fight. And fight good. For the people of our island home, Jamaica land we love. For those who continue to criticize, thanks for the help to criticism. For those who come over here and believe they can disrespect people, get away with it, no. We will block you. We will delete you from this program. This program is a program that kids watch. It's a program that kids get involved in. So we're asking you to be respectful when they come over here. If you don't, then I will block you and kick you off. All right? Thank you all very much. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. May God bless our island home. Jamaica land we love. Good night, everybody.
Mek Wi Talk! Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, Mek Wi Talk! And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, Mek Wi Talk! Mek Wi Talk.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek we talk, my people, mek we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek we talk, people, mek we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, mek we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek we talk.